Oh, that makes a cool wave on the recording when I open that. So I'm going to drink beer out of my Mere Casuals coffee mug. Coffee. I'm not from Boston. My Mere Casuals coffee mug.
Oh, what's happening?
I
don't know how to work this.
I don't know how well that'll translate into what we're doing right now, but
Well, you'd be surprised. It only seems to be I figured it could be a little bit longer, but
That's what she said.
where are you trying to put it?
oh, that is sour.
Ew.
Try that.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, I got a video for that too.
you like sour things.
Mary-
That is like
That actually smells pretty good.
that is like intensely sour. Swallow, Sam. You have to swallow.
I want you to be a little bit surprised. If you want to shift around just to watch it.
That was disgusting. We are Beer Casuals.
So the stream is now called Podcast 1 Year Anniversary Stream. So, I've been thinking about this. Okay, so yeah, let's start first. Have we started? Does this count as starting?
Well, we're live, I guess. We can have a, we
Sam,
can
I don't know
do
what Sam's doing. Sam's just on her phone.
we can do it like other podcasters that they start talking and said, okay, we're going to start kicking it off now. So we're just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking.
So, one thing
but I was going to start talking about our episode. So I started thinking last week because I realized while we were recording that we were like moments away. I realized that we were like a day away. When did we record last week? Was it Sunday or Monday?
Yes, it's Monday.
Monday. So it might have been. Was Monday the 3rd? Mm-hmm. So the 3rd
No.
was actually our 1
It's
year.
the second.
The 2nd, right? Because the Tuesday, I put the episode out on the Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd of October is actually the 1 year anniversary of
Fourth.
when our first ever episode came out.
When it came out, yes,
Was
because
the fourth.
So was the 1 year. 4. Not
No,
3.
the 3rd.
no, October 3rd was the posting of the first
The
episode.
3rd, October 3rd, I posted the first episode I checked.
But what do we call the first episode?
A classic digression.
Okay, that was like
It's because we started.
that was an
recording-
announcement of our podcast,
No,
though.
no, that was the first episode. Because we were gonna do like an episode 0 thing, and we just didn't.
You put the wrong number in.
No.
Yeah,
No,
that was
that's
episode 0. You put the wrong number in. I remember.
Well, whatever. Because I know with that episode, what we were gonna do is we were gonna get on.
I was talking very loudly.
Oh, hold on. What are you, number 2? Oh, you're at 10. Talk again?
This one goes to 11.
Well, no, it doesn't. It goes to 10, but you were at 10. All right, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so we recorded that episode. We sat down, and the goal was to start talking about Wrath of the Lich King Classic, because we were going to go to
But it wasn't
Northrend,
out
we were leveling
yet.
our characters. It was out. We started after it was out.
I don't know.
But
That was a
instead
year
of
ago.
talking about our level, whatever, 70 characters that we were taking into the Wrath expansion, we spent the whole thing, I think, telling stories about like running BRD and stuff. So we digressed and spent the whole time talking about classic. So it was
And-
a classic digression.
We have been digressing ever since.
Yeah, we kind of held on to that.
Yeah, that
what
pretty
I-
much painted the picture of where we were going with this.
What I was thinking I wanted to do, which I never got around because it's been a busy week and I didn't have time to prepare anything. What I wanted to do was prepare like clips of like old episodes and like listen to them and be like, man, that was bad and that kind of stuff. But I didn't get around to doing any of that.
Well, we can still do something like that. But what I wanted to do, and I asked you, how much do I have to pay you to start looking at Discord messages and answering in a timely manner?
I don't know. What's your offer?
Well, nothing. So more than that.
So what Discord message? What's
Well,
your
I
number?
say, do you guys have any clips that you want? I wanted to put together a clip. I wanted for us to have a live theme song that we can open up with. So, I mean, if you had a second screen there, we could have a video queued up. And the theme
I
song
mean,
was
you need a second screen. You can do that all on one screen.
going to be a happy birthday. The happy birthday.
See, trademark. We're not allowed to use that.
No, there's happy birthdays on the free library.
Oh, there's free happy birthdays? Are
Yep.
there like lame restaurant happy birthdays?
I listened to them all and I
Do
picked
we
the
have
best
to
one.
stand on the table?
Yeah.
Is someone going to wear a moose hat?
Yep.
Because that's a thing.
Canadian moose.
You can wear the mask that we have in the shot now. That's
have-
the mask that me and Sam used to play with.
Barely in the shop, but it's right up there.
Who's so loud?
I didn't say anything yet, so.
Could that be me?
It could be. Yeah, I think you're still too loud. I'll edit it later. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but instead we'll just like we'll talk about things. We'll be like, "Hey, do you remember our first episode? Do you remember our first episode?"
No, it's too long ago.
I was
Remember
there.
doing it?
No.
Because here's what I remember about our first month. Okay, so we sat down and I was like, "Okay, we got to do this podcast." So we sat down and we kind of like talked about ideas and stuff, and I was like, "Okay," because I've talked about doing podcasts before, and I've talked about doing podcasts with you before, and we never do anything. We always sit and talk about it, and we're like, "We should do
I
this."
keep
we
bringing
should
it
do
up, but
this."
you're brushing me off all the time.
No, but we're always saying like,
Al's still really loud.
I just
why else
wanted
I'm
to
so
make it sound
quiet
like it
on it.
wasn't my fault. It was kind of like we just never did it.
yeah, but then we did, because I remember when we were talking about this one, I was like, what we have to do is we have to actually sit down and do it.
Do you know what the problem was?
So we did. We sat down and did it. What was the
Your
problem?
first idea of a podcast was you trying to teach me how to play EverQuest, but you never taught me how to play EverQuest, and then I didn't want to play
that's
EverQuest.
because you logged in and you tried it, and you were like, "No, I am absolutely never doing
I
this."
logged in at home.
Yeah, but
If
then
I'm,
we
if
ended
I'm
up
here,
playing
if
together,
I'm here
hated
with
it.
you side by side, then I'll give it a try because you'll be there to actually show me what I'm doing wrong.
Maybe we'll do that next TLP that comes out.
But because it was EverQuest, that kind of put a stall on it. But when we were heading into Classic WoW, we both knew what we were doing.
More or
and
less. And then there's Sam.
I'm just the pretty
Sam
face.
was there too. But anyways, we
wrong with my
sat
face?
down, and I feel like we sat down and we just started recording, and we didn't really plan much. We might have written like 5 sentences down on a piece of paper. Because I used to do that. I used to write like a couple sentences on a piece of paper, and
This is
then you guys
painful.
would make fun of my handwriting. What's painful?
It's still loading Discord.
Oh, like your internet's that slow?
It might be. It might have throttled down because I did use my phone as internet
That's really weird.
when I didn't have internet because the internet company messed things up. But it turns out it was actually my fault. Go figure.
But anyways, our first couple episodes, like our first month.
Is really bad.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard. No, I haven't heard worse. It was pretty bad. But do you remember what we did in October? Because we recorded an episode. We actually recorded an hour, and we split it into 2 episodes, and we released them a few days apart. And then, do you remember what we did?
No.
We went cold weather camping the next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Recorded an episode. So we ended up going and freezing to death.
And whose fault was that one again?
I don't know. Probably Al's fault.
It's
Didn't you
always
have
my
that
fault.
like the campsite
Yeah,
pre-rented?
yeah, I booked
and we
it.
were like, well, we might as well go camping with Al. And
Those pictures just popped up.
as a memory, that's
Yeah.
because it was like this coming weekend or something.
Yeah, it was this weekend. Thanksgiving weekend.
Was it Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember being on the holiday.
And
so
coincidentally, we just, instead of doing that, we finished it off by spending the night at your ex's house.
Yeah.
yeah, because it was
And
too cold.
yeah, to
Because-
celebrate that anniversary, she's coming over here to spend the night at your house.
That's true.
That's
so
true. That's
weird.
actually
Kinda
kinda funny.
Do you remember Al was like super confident because he's like, no, I've got my cot that rests up off the ground, so I won't get cold.
The cold
He was
tricked me.
cold. It
It
was cold.
tricked me.
and
I
he
didn't
also snores really loud.
I do so.
That was the lumberjacks sawing down trees outside.
Oh, that wasn't Al?
No, that was lumberjacks because all night we were hearing like
I don't remember sleeping that long.
that was the saws, and then every 15 or 20 seconds after the we'd hear and that was the tree falling through the air and hitting the ground.
Was I farting too?
It's hard to say. I don't remember. It was like a year ago. I'm just making fun.
The thing is, there is only one person who was probably warm the entire time.
the little kid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we had our air mattress and we were crammed into our little tent. And I didn't want you two to be cold, so I let you steal all the blanket.
Oh, I was freezing.
So the whole night, I was on the edge of the air mattress, kind of half on the ground with like no blankets on.
Yeah, well,
I was cold.
he had his...
You guys, I felt over with my hand. You guys were warmish.
I was cold.
And I was willing to stay another night. I was like, I'll do it.
You know, you were happy to leave.
I was not unhappy to leave, but I was willing to stay another night. I'm stubborn.
I just
I'll
felt
keep
bad
going.
for your daughter because I know she wanted to do it, and then I was just cranky the whole time.
Well, yeah, I had the cot and I had lots of blankets, so the top of me was great, but then it
Just 'cause
snuck.
there's nothing underneath
It
you. The
snuck
cold
underneath and
sneaks
went
in.
through the cot.
Yeah, because the cot's super thin.
Yeah, That did not cross my mind.
Well, you should have done what I suggested.
Not
Remember?
go?
Build a little fire under the cot, and you'll have warm air kind of warming you from underneath, and the blankets on top to keep it in because the heat rises. So throughout the night, the heat will rise up through you and like almost like cook you, right? So it's like being in an oven.
It's funny that you
You'd
say
be
that.
nice and warm throughout the
Because I was thinking if you actually got me, like secured me to my bed and got a spindle, I would have been done in the morning.
night. Yes, we could have rotisserie down.
Well, we wouldn't have been hungry in the
Could have
morning.
spit roasted them.
And the next time I said, Sam, eat me, she would be, "Rah."
Nah.
That's not a hot dog.
Ugh.
Ugh.
The cocktail wiener.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, that was funny. Okay, this officially sucks ass.
Oh, your
And
computer?
it's getting a brown
See, you
Slurpee
keep
out of that.
saying that, and I keep thinking, oh man, Al really hates this episode we're recording. Because every 5 minutes he's like, oh, this sucks.
Okay, it's... Your internet doesn't work for me. I don't get it.
I don't get it either because I have like a dozen things hooked up to the internet here and they all work fine. Sam, are you interneting?
Yeah.
Sam's interneting fine. So
This all stretches from my internet provider because they didn't provide.
I thought you were happy with them because you called and they fixed it.
Yes. And my computer works fine at home, but I think, and this works fine at home, actually. Yeah, no, it's got to be you.
Well, like I said, my internet works. So,
All right, so I guess I'm going to be reading the news off the phone.
well, that sucks. Well, we'll get to that eventually because we're doing an anniversary recap.
I know I'm still trying to get things working to get this started, but you started without me.
Well, no, we started with you. You were here. I didn't
Oh,
know. I didn't know it
true.
wasn't working.
True. Well, I don't know if that part's true.
So, anyways, we got through our first month of the podcast, and we had a good half dozen downloads. I think our first episode
Half dozen.
has a bunch now. It's one of our highest listened to episodes because people start there, and it's the highest listened to because people don't continue from there. So people that start with the first episode are like, no, I'm not listening to this. Some of them give the second one a chance, but no, not really. And then we've got like a lull in the middle, and then near the end, when we start actually almost doing well, when we start almost putting a decent podcast together, then we get some listeners.
At least we have people who have been with us from the beginning.
True. We kind of we stumbled along. I remember when we hit like our 100th download on like episode 4 or 5. And I was all like happy, and I posted in Discord, and I was like, "Look, we hit 100."
And then no one cared.
No, I posted in our Discord to us,
Oh,
and you guys were like, "Yeah, that's cool." You were excited. Don't pretend you weren't excited.
I don't remember.
Sam's acting like we've always been this famous. Like,
Haven't we, though?
no,
Are we even famous?
no, I wouldn't say that. That's not really the word to describe it. Do you have a favorite episode, Sam?
No.
Do you remember any of our episodes?
No.
Do you remember the episode we recorded in the van while driving to a flea market?
Yeah.
I want to go back and listen to that and see how bad it is.
It's really bad.
Have you gone back and listened to it?
No.
It's probably really bad.
Why don't you play it?
I should see if I could do that. See, the thing is, I don't remember what episode it is because I use like nonsense naming conventions for the episodes.
Didn't you use On the Road on that one?
Did I?
Diddle I? Diddly.
Here's what we'll do. I'm going to try. Do we have permission to play clips of our episode on our episode?
We can play anybody's clips on our episode.
Do we need? But if we're just like,
Whoops.
just kidding. It's our episode.
If
I'm
we're
gonna take a second.
critiquing it,
I'm
we're
gonna try
perfectly
and
fine
find-
using it.
I think. I wonder if this will record. I don't think it will record on Audacity. It'll record it on the OBS.
Well, you can dub it in after as well, but
I can. Oh, why is our thing not on our thing?
Why is this not working? Search.
is none of us having anything that's working?
Oh, all of my stuff works. Okay, so I'm going to try and find the truly terrible episode. So is it pre-Alduar? I feel like it's pre-Alduar.
It is pre-Alduar.
Was it pre-Christmas? Because we've got Christmas Shenanigans as an episode. Oh, I have episode descriptions. I should read the episode descriptions.
Bing, light bulb.
Well, let's go back. Let's relive some of this stuff. Okay, so episode 1, a classic digression. Josh, Al, and Sam get together to talk about their first week in the new Wrath of the Lich King expansion, but get sidetracked and spend most of the time talking about their time playing WoW Classic over a year ago. So yeah, that was fun. Episode 2, Josh, Al, and Sam discuss... Actually, wow, who wrote these descriptions? It actually says, in episode 2, Josh, Al, and Sam talk about playing World of Warcraft in Northrend and the start of their adventure in Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, that's terrible.
I think I may have edited that for YouTube.
I need to proofread this stuff. Okay, episode 3, Sam's first raid. Al, Sam, and Josh talk about Sam's first WTLK raid, daily quests, and various other interesting things with no period at the end. Did nobody read these? Why did nobody tell me these are so bad, these descriptions?
Because telling you anything that you did wrong is just
These
wrong
are
thing to do.
Barely even sentences.
You don't take criticism well.
Episode 5, Learning to Strafe. Remember when we discovered live on the episode that Sam doesn't know how to strafe in game?
And guess what?
Do you still not know how
I
to strafe?
still don't know how to do it.
You never did that. So that's a misleading episode title because you never did learn.
Well, wasn't it talking about me and strafing as well?
Oh, yeah, Sam, Josh, and Al discuss several topics, including the mysteries of strafing and using keybinds for their abilities. Yeah, I never really got around to learning how to do that. This one, this one, alt-specking, I just couldn't think of anything interesting.
Episode 13.
Episode. Is it episode 13? Okay, let's skip
I think
ahead.
it's lucky
Old
13.
school achievements, the Undying. Yeah, that's when somebody died on KT during our Undying run. I never did get that achievement. Because every time I went to that, someone did something stupid on the last boss and died.
And he blames me because I made plans on the weekend they actually made it.
Wow. I spelt good. I spelled good wrong in the description of episode 9. Okay, Christmas shenanigans. The value of holding old electronics. I don't remember that discussion. Okay, so the DK drama. Okay, fun mere casuals trivia. DK drama is by far our least listened to episode. And every new episode we put out eclipses the listens for DK drama within the first day usually. Because literally nobody cares about that episode.
We should re-release some episodes.
It's probably so bad. Like, look, I'm gonna listen to a little clip of this one. I'm gonna see how this sounds. It's gonna be so bad.
Here's the thing, and I was thinking of this with
You know how echoey we are?
our talk about the rage
Sounds great.
on KT and Saffron as well.
Do we?
Learn the fights, know the fight.
Yeah, we're iffy. So 13, learn to drive.
Is anyone in our chat? Can you hear it when we played the sound off of Josh's
I
computer?
think it's just me and Sam in
It's
our
only
chat
two
right now.
people, and it's just me and Josh.
Those are the followers, I think, though, that you see there. I wonder.
I don't know how it works. I honestly don't. I don't know how Twitch works. So, learn to drive. That's the episode where we were on the road. Oh yeah, okay. So let's see. How do we look at the full description here?
Click.
Well, no, that'll play it though. Oh yeah, no, it also shows it. So episode 13, learn to drive. We talk about the Alduar release and our first raids in that zone, as well as Heroic Plus, Argent Tournament, and we debut a new segment called Mere Casuals on the Road. We didn't keep going with that.
Well, it's still a new segment.
It was a new and short-lived segment, so I think that was in the middle of the episode.
It was at the end.
No, that was for effect.
Oh, okay.
See it through reincarnated because I'm a shaman.
That was, and
Who have struggled and not.
It was at the end.
Was it at the end?
That wind shear on a second cooldown.
Achievement 2 on the dead
Yeah, we find
If I go in, especially do that fan and ice.
yeah, you can't see it here. You can see it up there.
doing. So if the rate
I don't know. I can't find it.
What?
Like where? In the
Oh,
episode?
yeah, it's probably around the middle.
was
Oh.
fully geared, and it's like 33, and I'm still trying to teach her. I went to Chicago once.
Chicago.
You'll be able. You'll know it when you hear it.
Fall at that point.
Okay, there we go. I think I got it. Single target DPS, but what it is because it's a
Right after or something.
I can maybe edit it in here. I don't know if that's
Or name,
advantage
unless
or
names
not.
are being said. I
Oh,
wouldn't-
there. But I also turned my vault. So there's meta achievement.
I don't even know. I don't find it. All sounds the same. Because you know what I did though? I went in and I used the editing software.
Who's the first time chatter?
That would be Sam/Mere Casuals. So I think
Okay.
that's Sam.
So you see up
Are you two
beside,
seriously talking to each other?
you
Starting to
see,
do a bit of a talk on the food.
so up in the top right of your stream,
Yes.
just below our Mere Casual things,
On the food for love.
click that.
Why is this key event? I mean, this is stop playing. Okay. Sorry, what?
Go back,
Like this?
click that, yeah. So there you go.
Just so you know, that was me.
Neat. I didn't know that worked like that. So that's cool. So what was you? They kept playing it?
Yeah, I kept.
Oh, okay.
No, not right
couldn't-
now.
We can't find the spot on that episode that sounds terrible, but part of it sounds terrible, I'm sure. But we eventually got better.
No,
Did
I
we
see.
though?
Yes, I feel like we're much better now than we were a year ago. We've grown over the year.
Yep, we have.
I haven't. Are
Casual
you guys
podcast.
not bored of it already?
Are you bored of it? Do you not play every day, Sam?
No.
Here's the thing with WoW Classic. It has peaks and valleys. Right now we're in a valley.
Red Ridge.
We're in the Red Ridge Valley. Yes. Have you died in Red Ridge Valley on hardcore? I feel like you've died in every zone.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, no, I did. My level 20 rogue is currently buried in Red Ridge,
Nice.
thanks to netting and respawning and
Oh.
fucking dwarves.
Netting is the worst.
Orcs, not dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarves should be on your side.
Yeah, well, not some of them, but
Not the Dark Iron Dwarves. They're the bad guys.
yeah.
So what was I saying? Peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys. So right now we're in the TOGC section of Wrath of the Lich King. Sam, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Hi, Sam.
I have a funny work story.
Can you tell it after I'm done my sentence?
Okay.
Okay. So the significance of this week, aside from being our 1 year anniversary of this questionable podcast, is that this is the last week of TOGC. The patch for the next phase is out on Thursday, I believe. Or is it Tuesday? Patch is out on Tuesday. The raid releases on Thursday. Maybe? I think?
Well,
I feel
we'll
like
see if it's in the news.
I feel like the patch... Do you have the news open?
No,
Well, I'm predicting in the news that the patch is on Tuesday. So phase 4? Is it phase 4? It's phase 4, right?
I feel like it's Thursday.
Phase 4 is out on... Yeah, but the raid...
Oh, right.
The new raid starts on Thursday. I feel like the patch is on Tuesday and the raid releases on
need it?
Thursday.
No, I'll get it on that. I know
So
where it
that
is.
means
I
me,
think I have it.
as a weekend raider in my guild,
See?
I did my last weekly scheduled TOGC run today. Not today, yesterday. What is today?
Sunday.
Today's
Were you there
So
last night?
Yeah. Yeah, I was there.
Nice. You showed up.
Do you know where I
Of course I
was?
showed up.
Right over there.
Nope.
Where were you?
When you were
Seriously,
playing?
Where were you?
When you
were
were
you not
playing.
here?
When you were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here.
Okay.
I was sleeping.
Okay. You said it weird, and I was like, "Is there
Oh,
some
see,
story?"
that's
to
what I
this?
would have guessed. But
So Sam wants to tell a work story. She
I don't
wants
have to.
interrupt-
Continue.
She wants to interrupt our World of
Did-
Warcraft.
Keep
totally
talking.
a
did
World
we
of
finish your
Warcraft
World of
podcast.
Warcraft story?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know what I was
'cause this
saying.
week was my last TOGC, my last official guild TOGC run, and then next week is going to be week 1 of
Wiping.
ICC. I couldn't remember what it was called. ICC. Yeah, we don't wipe in TOGC anymore. We get 50 out of 50 runs, except for last week when I wasn't there, and they wiped like 6 times. So we all know who's carrying this raid.
Who?
Me.
Oh, I thought it was the unholy
And apparently
DKs
the
that weren't
DKs
there.
didn't show up either. But I think it's me.
Yeah. I know somebody got a cloak, I believe.
People get cloaks every week when you get 50 out of 50 runs.
Well, I know somebody we know that got a cloak.
Who got a cloak?
Oh, I was trying to avoid saying his name this podcast, but Bob.
Last week?
I think so.
We didn't get a cloak last week because we wiped 6 times.
I think he got a cloak somewhere. I heard him. He was all happy. about a cloak.
You know what? He got it on his I can't say it.
GDKP.
GDKP run on one of
The
his
good
rogues or his druid or something.
Okay.
One of the 6 dozen characters he raids with every day.
He was giddy. I didn't expect it.
Well, yeah. I wonder what he paid for it. Unless he got it on the weekday run. Did he get it on his main in the weekday run?
I think he got it on one of his regular characters. I just don't know which.
I
Anyway,
have no idea.
Irregardless,
Because I've been on a World of Warcraft break this week, so I haven't listened to his podcast.
Die once and you're out of the game, eh?
Well, I mean, I wanted a break. This comes back to what Sam was saying about aren't you bored? If I played every day, even if I didn't want to, then yeah, I'd get really bored and I'd get really sick of it and I'd quit. What you got to do is when you have a lull, like right now, like I died in hardcore, so I kind of lost the urge to play that. And I've got nothing to do in Wrath right now because we're just at the end of the most boring phase and a bunch of new stuff is about to pop into existence.
Is that
I want to
picking
run
up?
some stuff.
Probably. So starting on Tuesday, when all the new Gamma, is it Gamma?
Gamma.
When all the new Gamma dungeons come out, I'm going to want to run stuff. So get
Let's
on
just-
and run stuff.
Just call them the Hulk dungeons.
The Hulk dungeons because of the Gamma rays. Is that what made him Hulk out?
Gamma rays. Gamma radiation, yes.
So we're going to do those.
That was
And there's new dungeons, like completely new dungeons. There's a new raid.
3 new
There's
dungeons.
new stuff to farm. They're adding 4 new professions to the game. No, I made that up. They're not doing that. That'd be cool if they added a new profession.
There is profession news.
Is there profession news?
And I'll have to read
We'll
it.
get to that with the news.
Because
so
nothing is working.
we're going to do news shortly. Sam wants to tell a work story.
No, I don't have to.
No, I want you to tell a work story, Sam.
Because I feel like I probably shouldn't.
Why not?
I don't know, because it's bad-mouthing one of my employees.
We'll just be. You don't have
definitely.
employees. You are an employee. Just be really vague. about
Coworker
it.
is the word I was looking for.
Be really vague about
It's
it.
in your mouth.
Now we're curious.
Oh.
Now we're curious.
Go sit.
Now we're curious.
Okay, because it just makes me seem stupid.
You're also not close enough to your microphone. It
It's
makes
just
you
I'm
seem
stupid.
Did you try and wash your water bottle out with boiling water and squirt it all over yourself again?
No, that only happened once.
Sure, it was only once.
Yes.
Okay. What happened then, Sam?
Okay, so today's bacon day.
Baking or bacon?
Bacon.
Okay.
Bacon. BACK.
IN.
Yeah.
Back bacon.
BACKIN. Okay.
So then we have this big flat.
Is it like a
griddle.
cross between the two
I
different?
don't know what it's supposed to spell. We're just going to ignore the spelling. BACON.
Yeah, I
Pig
knew how to
strips.
spell.
It's pig strip day.
Bacon.
Pig
So we had
strips.
this big giant griddle, like flat top griddle that we cook the bacon on.
Okay.
So cook the bacon. I cleaned the griddle.
Okay.
So not thinking anything of it, I was talking to one of my coworkers
Oh, see, that's a problem.
because another one of my coworkers likes to leave it dirty and not clean it. So I cleaned it. It
I
was
like to leave it
sparkly,
dirty.
blah blah blah. And I was talking to the coworker today, not the one that leaves it dirty, but the other one. I'm like, so how long do you think this is going to take for this to get all dirty? And I slapped it.
Yeah.
It was still hot,
Well,
and it left a handprint.
It left a handprint? Or
Yeah, it
left
didn't
a
take
print-
any-
It left a mark on your hand.
It didn't take any skin, but you could see where I slapped it. There
Is
was
the
like a
slap mark
handprint.
still there?
Yeah,
So were you the bacon today, Sam?
yeah, but like it didn't leave a mark on my hand.
See, when you said it was bad mouthing a coworker, I assumed the story was going to make one of your coworkers sound dumb.
No, me,
Oh, okay.
me.
Well, I mean, do all of your stories at work involve you burning yourself?
Yeah, and then I took the bacon out of the oven
Yeah.
because we hold it in the oven after we cook it on the griddle to put in the carts for them to take it upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on the counter, and then I forgot it was still hot, and I didn't have the oven mitts on, and I grabbed the pan.
Oh man.
Today's was not a good day.
So I'm curious how similar your bacon cooking at work is compared to your bacon cooking at home. So when you're cooking the bacon at work, what percentage of it do you eat while you're cooking it?
I don't eat any at work.
Oh, weird. Because you eat almost all of the bacon while you're cooking it.
Okay, one is when I'm cooking it here,
'Cause you can
it's
fit like
for
four
me.
strips on the pan, right? So she'll put 4 strips on, flip it, and cook it. And she'll put it on the paper towel, and she'll put 4 more strips on to cook, and then she eats 3 of them. And then she'll like flip it and put it over, and then she'll eat, and then she'll be like, "Okay, breakfast ready." And she'll be like, "Yeah, I only got like 3 strips of bacon out of the package. I don't know, we must have got ripped off. Like I think it was one of the bad packages. Most of it was just packaging and like air. There was a bunch of air in there, and she's got like grease rolling down her chin."
You
Well,
know,
now
I
would be-
was.
Speaking of eating all the bacon, now's a good time to tell your turkey story from yesterday.
My turkey story.
Yeah.
Oh, when you called me fat?
I didn't call you fat. I asked when you were due.
He asked me when my turkey baby was due.
Well, because you were complaining that you ate way too much turkey, and you were sitting out on the chair on the deck, and you were like rubbing your belly and stuff.
I
So,
wasn't rubbing my belly. It was just the way I was sitting. And
well, I just asked when your turkey baby was due. I feel like that's a reasonable thing to ask a person.
my belly was giant.
It's
You were full.
it's funny. I used to work in the hotel here in
Yeah.
town. And I worked overnight, and when I got hungry during the night, I would sneak into the kitchen and open up the fridge and grab out some bacon and sausage, cook it, and eat it up, and then clean up and pretend I wasn't there.
You were allowed to do that or no?
I don't know.
Oh,
Probably not. That's why he cleaned up and pretended he wasn't there.
Yeah. So if we're still on funny work stories,
Sure.
I got something.
I might even put the intro in and everything. We'll see.
Yeah, I think I just deleted it off my computer, but we'll see. We were doing the sweep at work the other day. That's where we go to the back of the store. It's not an actual sweep with a broom. It's where we go through and make sure all the all the customers are out.
okay. Do you have to do that every night?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a ridiculous thing now because they don't spend enough attention on it that I'm thinking if I wanted to sneak in and hide, I can get away with it.
Oh,
But-
so you know where to hide in the Costco that you could stay there.
Shh, don't tell
Yeah,
people
anywhere,
where he works.
'cause-
Everybody knows where he works.
I
Finish your
find
story and
it's
then I have
absolutely
questions.
ridiculous that they pull me out of my job to do that. But anyway, my HR manager comes around, and we bring a buggy back because we also grab things while we're doing. Because we walk down every aisle,
Mm-hmm.
so we grab things that are out of the way. We call that a weed. So we're pulling the things out from where they're not supposed to be, so we can put them away. And I had a buggy back there, had a few things in it, and I had a member's bag in there, like a grocery bag.
You just took it from the member?
No, it was they left it behind at some point, so it was put in the basket to get it out of the way. And my HR manager walked out with a pack of grapes and she puts it in my buggy. She goes, I said, those go right where you got them from. She goes, I'm going to buy these later. I said, oh, I can bag it for you. And I went to open up the bag. She goes, oh, it's somebody else's bag. And I looked at my HR manager. I said, yeah, I know. We don't want to catch you going around grabbing other people's bags. And she looked at me and she puts her hands up and walks away.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
And
here's
then-
my question. Okay, you go on. You still got you got more. You got more.
I got one more story. So I'll tell this. So I'm telling my jokes on the front end.
Yeah.
That's where I pack the bags, pack the buggies. And,
I got a question about that after you're done.
okay. And I was telling jokes, and a kid came through, and I was just telling a joke, and he's looking at me and said, oh, sorry, you don't find me funny. He goes, no, it's okay. And he goes, I have a joke. And I said,
This is the kid?
yeah.
How old is a kid? In your like 30s?
He was holding on to the
So young
cover,
child?
looking over a young
Okay.
child. Younger than mine. I'd say grade school. I'm not a good judge. He was young. He was really, really young. So the joke might...
So not fully heightened yet.
He said, I have a joke. I said, all right, let me hear it. And he said, yeah, so I got a job at a bank. And this old lady came in and came up to the till. And she goes, I'd like you to check my balance, please. And okay. Walk around, he pushed her.
Wouldn't she walk around and push him?
No, she wanted him to check her balance.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then a couple days
Forgot
later,
he worked at the bank.
had another kid, same age-ish, come through. And I told him,
Is that me or you?
It's Al.
Holy crap.
I'm really loud. So I told him about the previous kid, and he goes, I have a joke. And he told me a few jokes. I didn't write them down because I forget what they were, but they're pretty good. And then he come up with one joke that he actually said to me in front of his grandmother, in front of my HR manager. And no, it wasn't my HR manager. It was a different manager. He goes, what's the difference in a man snowman and a woman snowman? And he said, it snowballs.
A kid told you that
Yeah,
joke?
right in front of his grandmother. Grandmother was laughing too. I said, oh, right, that's cool.
I messed up your sound so much while you were telling that joke because I was turning the knob the wrong way and I maxed you out again.
Yeah, you'll
fix it.
usually max me out if you turn my knob.
I'll fix it later.
I'm done my work stories.
What was I going to say after that? I was going to go somewhere.
Okay,
from
I have my question.
Oh, right.
you had a-
I had a
good
question, a Costco question.
And you had a question as well.
When we went through the checkout the other day,
Yeah.
did we annoy the other person you were working with our kid?
Old lady.
Because she did not seem happy that he was standing beside you
She
guys.
always looks like that. I don't care.
That's
Okay.
just what she
But this was
Some people just look unhappy.
Was it the Russian girl?
She
older
didn't talk
lady?
to us. She was wearing gloves like an idiot.
As
Maybe
opposed
her
to
fingers
somebody
were
else.
cold.
She was wearing like surgical gloves.
Maybe she
because-
was a surgeon.
She still doesn't want to get COVID. There's still a bunch of things going around. People wear masks. People wear gloves. Plus, we get a lot of things in those plastic packagings, and those gloves are like a first line of defense for when they grab it and the package runs across your fingers, across your hands, across anywhere, and cuts you open.
Well, we've chosen to judge her. Stop defending her.
Yeah, we already judged her. Too late. I can't take it back.
I want to do a hypothetical here. So let's say I go shopping at Costco.
I go shopping at Costco.
And let's say I'm a person who can fit into tight spaces and could hide in. So what are we doing next? We're just talking over a whole bunch of nothing.
News?
Do we want to go to the news? Do we want to actually talk about WoW?
I have news.
You have news?
I have news about
your
me.
news?
Oh,
When you
are
do-
you? No, never mind.
What?
My turkey baby already came out, so
Oh, is that what you're doing upstairs when you go home from work?
no, that was my cheesecake baby.
Oh, okay.
No.
So what is your news, Sam?
What she's doing upstairs? She's playing with toys. Sorry.
Oh, Sam. No, she was trying to take a nap.
No, I was on TikTok, let's be
If I had gone up,
honest.
she would have eventually fallen asleep. I had to go up and make her get dressed
Same
and go
thing.
downstairs.
Nap. TikTok.
So what's your story? What's your news?
My news is I have to wait an entire year to get my last 30 Brewfest tokens.
Yeah, you're not actually going to do that, are you?
Probably not.
I don't know if Wrath Classic is definitely not going to be a thing in a year.
We'll set an alarm. We'll set a thing off, and we'll
Set an alarm.
purposely go back just
For
to
1
get
year
your-
from today.
just to get your Violet Proto Drake.
The thing is, we knew this time around, and then we just forgot for a while, and then you missed a day. If you had done every day when you came back, you would have had enough. But then you missed the day in the middle.
Well, Al told me it was only 100 tokens.
That is true. Al did kind of screw you over saying that.
Yeah, it's totally my fault.
It is
Isn't
all
it
Al's.
always
It
Al's
might have
fault?
been 100 tokens when I got it, and price could have gone up.
No, I think it was always 200. I remember it being a pain in the butt.
But yeah, totally my fault that you didn't get that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So interesting thing. So I logged on yesterday to do my raid,
That is interesting.
and this is now October.
Okay, you don't need any more candy.
So I've gotten. Just go take it to the other room. And stop
Just
coming in
get
here, please.
scissors then. Just don't stab yourself.
So I logged in, right? And I got beginning of last month, I opened my brew of the month and I drank it and I got the achievement for brew of the month. So October starts and I got a new brew of the month bottle.
Yes,
Does it keep going?
I saw that, and because you asked me last time, and I meant to tell you because I also got the October Brew of the Month.
Guess who didn't?
That would be you because of me.
A lot of people didn't, because a lot of people don't do that. So what were you going to tell me about the brew of the month?
I got it as well.
Oh, that was the whole story. I thought there was you haven't even opened your drink yet, Sam.
No, I got a copy.
Oh, okay. So do we want to do some news? Let's do
Sure.
some news, and then we'll talk about what
Oh.
we've been doing, what our plans are for the next year of Mere Casuals.
I don't know if it was. Sorry, I didn't.
You have to do it closer to the mic.
I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, but Sam pointed out that we did not say, "Oh, we missed our stop for news intro," and you said, "No, I did it."
Yeah.
Really? No,
I
you
did.
didn't. You didn't do it.
Yes, I did.
I just listened to it because I'm putting all the
It was
videos
this
together.
past episode, and it was there.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
I can play it right now.
Okay.
Fine, listen,
So-
listen. Pause for news intro.
It's time for the news.
Okay, where is my internet?
Okay, go Al.
So,
You start doing the news while I find this.
so we'll pause for news intro.
Okay. The intro has been put in at this point. We can't really do it live, like real time.
So, starting 2 days ago and going to the end of October, there is a hardcore Makara tournament.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at dueling.
So, according to everybody that's complaining on the internet, it's basically going to be a tournament of streamers.
Well, yeah, that's basically everything about hardcore is just streamers.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can go into it, but they're saying that streamers have an unfair advantage because of the bennies.
The who?
The bennies
What is a Benny?
benefits. Streamer benefits.
What does that mean?
Because everybody's going to help them.
Oh.
Everybody's going to come over. Because people are going to hang around them. They're going to kill mobs that might kill them. That type of thing. Because they want to be on their stream type thing.
Wouldn't that benefit both people? Can you heal people that are in a Makara?
It
doesn't that make them like a coward?
You can't do it in the Makara, no.
Okay.
But they're going to keep them alive. They're going to give them money. They're going to get them all the best stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not me saying that. I mean, I just
It
say
does
that.
sound awful though.
But it's just what I've heard. And personally, I don't care. I'm not going to the Makara because
tier list, SABC.
I'm still listening. I'm just trying to find the spot.
I know, but I won't be able to talk and concentrate because
Extra attack power with their might.
I haven't actually read the news yet, so I won't be able to concentrate as I'm
Indelibly.
taking things out.
Indelible mark.
There's a first place prize of that for $50,000.
Ooh.
It's a prize pool of 100,000. So the other 50 will be divided amongst the other top contenders.
What's the top price?
$50,000.
Oh, I thought you said it was a prize pool
Real
of
money?
50,000 and then you said the
yes.
yeah, that's how prizes work.
Do you want to learn PvP
Oh no.
and raise a character up to 60? You have until October 31st, I believe it is.
Oh, it's at level 62?
Yeah.
Hardcore?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm out.
But we're streamers. You might have people trying to help you. You'll have streamer bennies. So
I know who's going to win. It's going to be that Zico guy. Because if he starts losing a duel, he just runs away and tricks the person into leashing.
he did that to a guy
Because
that was hunting him
he's
down.
a coward. He is.
There's no.
That was the cheese. Do you know the one
Did
I'm
you-
talking about?
did
That
you
was the
watch that
cheese-
full
I did,
video?
and that was the cheesiest thing I have ever seen.
The guy was totally immune to whatever Zico could do,
He wasn't immune. He had potions.
and he found a way. So he found a way to win.
Exactly.
If the other guy hunted him down and specifically designed himself to kill this character, and he had no chance because every spell that he could do was just immune, or
it was
resist,
immune.
resist,
it was
resist,
absorbed because of potions.
whatever.
You're not allowed to use potions in duels?
I
Here, let me tell the story of this duel. Because I'm sure people have
no,
seen
I
this.
know the story.
Well, I'm going to tell it for the benefit of people because I want to give my opinion on
So
it.
let me
because I think
let me
guy's
finish
right.
this and you go back to Zico.
Okay. Well, do I have a pen?
I'll make it quick. So if you want to register, go to the OTK website, whatever that is. Just Google it. Oh, here it is. Register Raider.io. You go to Raider.io. I talked about this in a previous thing. So you can register. We're on a delay.
Can't see that.
That's going to remind me for later.
So you can register on the Raider.io classic account and just follow links from there and you can participate. Exciting times. Okay, so what are you going to say about Zico
There's
before I
one
go on to the
thing.
rest?
If there's one thing I love, it's participating. So, so I watched
Is it
the
because
video.
you get a ribbon for it?
I like participation ribbons. I got one several times in school. So, so this video, I saw this video. This was weeks ago now, so I'm sure this isn't fresh in anybody's mind. But this guy called Zico, he's a streamer because everybody's a streamer. I say as I stream. Everybody's a streamer now. So this guy's like apparently a rank 14 PvP guy, which, by the way, does not make you good at PvP. It means you are good at not going to bed. So he's a rank 14 PvPer.
I am really good at going to bed.
So you'd be terrible at PvP ranks.
Probably.
So he's a rank 14 PvP guy, and he plays a mage, I believe, right? Universally agreed to be the cheesiest easy character to duel with. So easiest class to duel with. So what he does, and he even said this himself, because I watched the video from his point of view. So he goes around and he challenges everybody he sees to a Makara. And apparently challenges people lower level than him as well, because he ran into this guy. We'll call him a stream sniper because that's what he technically is, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you're going to broadcast everything you're doing on the internet for everyone to see, and your whole thing is world PvP, you're doing it to yourself. But he runs into this stream sniper who has prepared himself for the duel, which, according to the Zico community, is terrible. You should never prepare for a duel. You should always be caught off guard by a professional rank 14 PvPer. You can't prepare in advance. You can't be ready for it. So yeah, you should never be prepared for a duel. It is a huge no-no to be ready for a streamer to challenge you to a duel. So this guy automatically is just a jerk. He never should have prepared for this. So what he did is he went to the area where Zico was trolling for people to what's it called, to duel, trolling for victims, more or less, right? And ended up in a duel. I don't remember who initiated the duel. I feel like this guy who was playing a paladin, the master race, the master class,
Master
he ran
debater.
up to him, and a duel was initiated. I don't remember who started it.
No.
And this Zico character immediately realized he was overclassed. Because I guess when you're out in the open world, because he was different faction, right? This guy was Alliance, and
Yes.
this guy was Horde, right?
Yes.
So you can't see all the buffs he has. So he never would have challenged this guy to a duel if he knew it would have been a challenge. He's only looking for easy victims. So he never would have challenged this guy who was lower level to him to a duel if he had realized that he had buffed and prepared. But he found out once the duel starts that, oh my goodness, this guy is using potions. Oh, he got buffs beforehand. Oh no. So he's like, well, I can't do this. And he's getting all annoyed, right? So he hatches this plan in his little pea brain. And he runs this guy towards the edge, right? And this guy's chasing him down, trying to kill him, right? Because he almost dies a couple times. And he realizes that he can't win this duel. So like a coward, and we'll come back to that term later, like a coward, he runs away, right? And he leaves the duel area. But it's not the first person that leaves the duel area that gets flagged as a coward. So what he does is
first
he
person
leaves
that can't
the
get
duel
back
area
in.
and then sheeps the paladin and then runs back in and then proceeds to showboat and brag about how he won the duel. He did not win the duel. He cheesed his way out of the other guy forfeiting the duel. Nobody won that duel.
He ran out and slept the paladin.
Sorry, slept.
And then sheeped him.
Did he sleep? Oh, yeah, because he used the stupid, cheesy, clicky sand from the elementals.
Magic dust.
Yeah. So yeah, Zico's a jerk because he prepared ahead of time. You can't do that. You can't be ready for a duel. That's a huge faux pas. You can't be ready for a duel. You have to give in to the streamer. And then they proceeded to make fun of this guy for being mad, and they made fun of him for being French for several minutes. And
So who
it was
was
a whole
mad?
thing.
I wasn't really listening.
The guy that tried to
French guy.
tried to kill this PvPer in a duel.
Yeah. You're annoying me right now.
Why am I annoying
Just
you?
making me rethink my stance on the whole thing.
Well, I mean, when you really think about it, who's the coward in the situation? The guy that's trolling for duels, trying to get easy gears, taking advantage of people, or the guy that prepared and was like, I'm going to catch this guy? He's the one streaming. He's the one being like, I'm the best PvPer in the world. No one's going to get me.
Well, the other guy was streaming too.
He was, but he had like 10 viewers. I don't know. Nobody cares about that guy.
So, did you see what happened as soon as the buff wore off?
Who's buff?
The 3-day buff?
No, I proceeded to not care about it and not think about it again.
No, so he waited and he streamed his buff going off, and then they went into an instance.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the... It was the dungeon. You go into
Just
the Black
go.
Rock and you jump up onto the balcony. It's the dungeon, not the raid.
Like upper, like
Yeah, okay,
Black Rock
yes,
Spire,
yes.
upper and lower. is
So
the
I
same
think
entrance.
it was outside of Black Rock.
Black Rock Spire is the one you're describing.
No. Okay, I have to double check because I see him dead at an instance, and I'm picturing the rocks, but I don't think it's the rocks. So it's either Black Rock Spire, but I don't think they were that high because they were hanging out in Stranglethorn. I believe that's where he
That's
dueled.
where the initial duel happened. Yes.
So, and if people are only a few levels lower, so I think it's got to be at the Scarlet Monastery actually where he died. Just outside one of the instances, he died right away.
Who died?
The guy that had the 3-day coward buff.
What killed him though?
I don't know.
Oh, he was just dead. Like nobody knows how he died.
It doesn't say how he died. It's just they're showing the video. The guy was streaming, and all I saw was just his body lying at the entrance.
Oh, okay. So he died somehow at some point.
Yeah. So the next one I'm not actually going to read out loud. Just going to tell you that it exists, so you folks can look at it. Because for me to read out loud, I'd be talking about all of your classes, and I'm not going to. But Wowhead, a very credible source, has
The credible source, if you ask me.
released a Phase 4 BIS Best in Slot gear guide for Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
Oh, I might check that out
So obviously,
Can you link that to us?
it's in the news.
because there is. What do I
It's
use?
in the news. You did it
Can
on
you-
purpose.
Oh no.
Can you
So,
at
yeah, you
least
can get-
like
So
pin
hold on.
it?
Hold on, one sec. So, because I don't want to go through everybody's BIS,
Oh no,
because that
please
would
don't.
just be BS. You can do a search for Mere Casuals, or you can just go to discord.me/Mere Casuals and go into the news, and you can see that, and you can get right to it from there.
You can read the link. You know
Yes.
what we should do? We should also leave a link to this because this is the site I use. It's wowtbc.gg. And it has all the BIS lists and stuff. And I
Which-
checked a little while ago. and it was not updated, but it is now updated. They now have the tier 10 phase.
Yeah.
What is it?
So,
So that's the
that
site I use for my
that
base.
site I believe is also mentioned in
Joshua?
the Discord.me Mere
Yeah,
Casuals.
I've already linked it. Apparently.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling. I said that is also linked in Discord.me Mere Casuals. So
That's
just
the
come to
site-
us.
That's the site I like.
We are the source of all that is right. We just don't report it properly.
That is right.
Yes.
All that is right and good is a Mere Casuals production.
So there's going to be some profession changes with the next patch.
Oh, is there?
Titan Steel, Moonshroud, Spellweave, and Ebonweave no longer have a cooldown.
I didn't know they had a cooldown or what those things were.
Titan
Are
Steel
those the
bars.
cloth thing? Oh, Titan Steel bars.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
So they had a 1-day cooldown. Now you can just go like crazy. You can be a Titan Steel Andy all you want. I love
What
that
does that
word.
mean?
I love that word Andy because it's just
Why
so
do people
annoying.
use that all the time? Because I hear that. I've started hearing that.
Whenever people say Andy, I think of Toy Story.
Me too. Is that where that's from?
No, I have absolutely no idea. Nor
Because
do
I
I
don't know.
care.
Somebody educate me in the Discord. Because starting, I don't know, a few months ago, I started hearing everybody says, "Oh, he's a this Andy. He's a this Andy," and I don't know where that came from. I'm assuming it means they're like exclusively obsessed with that one thing,
See?
or that's what they're experienced in. I don't know.
If this was working, I would have told you in a few moments.
How would you have Googled what is the origin of the word Andy?
Yes.
What does Andy mean? I feel like that's not going to tell you an answer.
Okay, Google. What is... Oh, wait. What is the origin of the word Andy?
Is it short for Andrew?
It's a diminutive version of a number of
Man
different
like
Andy
or
names.
brave.
I feel like that's not what it's being used as.
I actually think that's what it would be.
Man-like or brave?
Yeah.
That makes no sense in context of how I've
Well,
heard it.
he's a classic Andy, so like man like and brave playing classic.
So he's a class. That means he's man-like and brave while playing class. That makes no sense to me. I don't.
That's the closest thing I can see it mean.
I assumed it meant that he's like he plays it exclusively,
Brave, strong,
or is only
courageous,
good at classic,
courageous,
or
warrior.
Yeah.
or is just a. Really, why does Andy mean that?
I don't know. It's
Don't know.
biblical.
Like the name?
No, Andy, A-N-D-Y.
Isn't that the name?
It could be a name. Could just be a word.
You know what? If I ever start streaming or like making like a podcast or anything like that, I'm going to start using that term, but instead I'm going to use Andrew because I believe in full names, not shortened versions.
Well, okay. If you're going to do
Well,
that.
Same.
I'm a Wrath Andrew.
Okay, well, you could also say, because it's also a diminutive version of Andrew, Andreas, Andrei, so A-N-D-R-E-I, which almost is like,
Isn't that the
Andre.
Russian name? Isn't that Russian?
it's almost like the, what are the squid faces again?
Squid faces? The Draenei?
Draenei, Andri.
Andrai. Is that how you pronounce that?
The form of the variation is based on the Scottish IE. So,
Mine
yeah.
says Greek.
Greek name is
So there are
Greek name
plenty
is
of-
Andreas.
There are plenty of things.
Okay, so more news.
Ooh. Andy means masculine.
Really? What about? Isn't there a female version of the name Andy? Does that also mean masculine?
I don't know.
Also, Discord.me.
Masculine McDowell was one of my favorite actresses from the 90s.
Man like McDowell.
Yeah.
My favorite,
on with
my
the news.
favorite scene of her is a movie she's in with John Malkovich, where the guy comes in to the hotel room to serve them, and she's hiding behind the curtain, and he's looking for his wallet, and he can't find it. She goes, "Oh, for the love of God!" And she comes out from the curtain, nothing on, looking for the wallet. Here you go. Here's your payment. My favorite scene of Andy McDowell. That in the movie Green Card.
Man like McDowell.
That in the movie Green Card. I really like the movie Green Card.
Are you an owl? Who? Like you're asking who that is?
Yeah.
Man like McDowell,
It's an actress.
Okay.
actor.
You do know who that is, right?
No.
No.
Should I?
Was she in
Groundhog Day.
She was in Groundhog Day, right?
I know Bill Murray was in that movie.
Yeah,
Different person.
the girl.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Yeah. You know what she was in that movie? She was an Andy in that movie.
Yeah, she's a Groundhog Andy. A Groundhog Andrew, if you will.
So also in discord.me /
Is this still the news?
Mere
Is this the news
Casuals,
again?
yes,
Okay.
there is another list that I will not be going through everything on the list because it is an Ice Crown Citadel boss strategy guide.
You know whose strategy guides I've been watching for the Ice Crown Citadel bosses?
No,
Jordy. He makes a solid guide.
Has he ever
them on
had
YouTube.
Data guest star?
Yeah, all the time.
Cool.
So yeah, he makes a solid guide. He puts them on YouTube under his name, I believe. There's video components to the videos. Also, there's audio. He like talks and explains what's going on.
Cool.
It's helpful stuff. It's good.
Yeah. So this particular guide has a Phase 4 Fall of Lich King overview, a Citadel overview, the ICC raid loot, and the ICC raid achievements.
I apparently want a tiny abomination in a jar. I've been told.
How bad do you cook? Tiny abomination.
I don't get it either.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's funny though.
That's all I have in the news.
I'm
That
a
was
good
good
cook.
news. That was solid news.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing that I had to really research all that much because there's a bunch of lists, and y'all can just check out the lists.
Speaking of you being a good cook, are we still ordering Chinese food for dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, depends on when Jennifer gets here
We'll order something.
because they're only open until 8.
Oh, she should be here before then.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
So where do we want to go after the news? I
Oh.
mean, I know where I want to go, but I don't want to crawl under the table to get there.
I'm not unzipping again.
Wait, what?
I finished my whole mug full of beer. Now I
Do you
have
know the rest of
now I
that?
have to pee. Do you not like it? I thought you liked that
I do.
stuff.
I just don't feel. I'm not feeling it.
Then why did you start? Finish your drink, Sam.
Do you know what you can do with it? You can dump it down the drain.
Lick your plate. Yeah, where are we going? What are we doing? Why are we here?
Oh, I peed in my hand earlier today.
Did you? Why?
It was a sex thing.
Oh, okay.
No, I spilt peas on the
Are
counter.
you allowed to do that at work?
I spilt peas on the counter and I brushed it into my hand. Peas as in the vegetable.
Oh, that's a good one, Sam.
Want to do the questions?
Oh, we have podcast questions?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, did you guys do anything in game this week? Do we want to do that
Yes.
Okay, we'll do
Oh,
that
right.
first.
Yeah, Sam's bitter.
Better.
So
She
here's
played.
what I'm gonna do.
Are you bitter because you played the game?
Sam is going to talk about what she did in game this week. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my chair over. I'm going to slide forward, and I'm going to go... Hold on.
What are you doing?
He's going pee.
Oh. He's stuck.
No, I just got a cord wrapped around
We're gonna lose power in a minute. I'm gonna do a restore on this while I'm here.
Sam, tell us what you did live this week.
Oh, I didn't do it. Well, I tried to do Brewfest.
Tell us how you did. Again.
I was 30 short because someone told me I only needed 100.
Yeah, because
Tokens.
if I didn't say that, you wouldn't have been 30 short.
Yeah, I probably still would have been.
Oh.
But I need to blame somebody.
Gotcha. Yeah, so no, it was fun. I didn't understand how you folks were having trouble with that one quest.
I failed 3 times before I had you
Yeah.
and Josh come.
And Trixie.
And Trixie.
Yeah, because when I did it, I felt like I was doing it, but then I remember, no, there was one other person there. But I
Yeah.
just keybound it, and I just kept boom, 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 and you turn it in your face, and it throws it right at him.
I was clicking.
Don't click. Keybind. Don't learn to click from Josh. Keybind.
Okay, so there's clicking your mouse and then clicking the button. What is the difference?
Well, when you say clicking, everybody that plays World of Warcraft is going to think you're using your mouse.
I was using my mouse. Because do you know who I learned to play WoW from?
From Josh.
Exactly.
I know. That's what I said before you got me in trouble for saying it. You didn't actually get me in trouble, but you know what I mean.
But
Like,
clicking, I was clicking. You were also clicking.
I was clicking to move, but I was throwing with F4, F5. I keybound that to F5, and I was chugging and throwing mugs like crazy. Chugging and throwing mugs like crazy.
I did log on to my hardcore person briefly. And then I realized how much I hate playing by myself, so I logged right back out.
I usually log out because I enjoy playing by myself.
Gross.
I'm going to hell.
Yeah, you are. What? What's with your face?
See, you and I can do a podcast. We can go.
Yeah, no,
we
we
can
were
go well
doing-
together.
But that's all I really did.
Well, it was fun. I wish we had you back. You should go into hardcore. I got a level 20. I got a level like 13 or 14. I got level 11.
I have a 13.
My paladin can hang out with you.
That's my footrest.
My chair.
But if you bring it up to 20, we can do that AOE farm that you want to do.
No, that's what Josh wants to do. I don't know how to actually do that.
We should do that, and we should stream snipe. We should follow Bob around and AOE all his targets because he loves that.
Okay, that sounds fun.
He
He
doesn't.
listens to us and finds out.
He's going to find out, and he's gonna say he doesn't love that. He hates it. He hates it with a passion. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't blame you, Bob. It's annoying because I was trying to do some quests, and there's a lot of people just AOEing around, but I still managed to get through. But it was yes, let's still has data. I can't restore this right now. He was frustrated.
You know what's almost as annoying as that?
Myself.
When you show up on time for raid, but raid starts late because somebody is too busy hardcoring and forgets about raid and doesn't show up on time.
Was that Bob?
All right. Enough about
We were
Bob.
supposed to raid at 8 last night, right? And it's like 3 minutes to 8. We're still a couple people short. And
Yesterday was Sunday. I thought it was on Saturdays.
yesterday was Saturday. Today
Today
Sunday.
is Sunday.
Oh, wow, cool.
So we were conspicuously short of Bob. And so I popped onto his stream, and he's just sitting there killing harpies. No mention of raid, just kind of listening to music. And I was like, so you're not raiding tonight? And he's like, oh, crap. Well, actually, I don't think he even saw it. I think Mel saw it first, and she was like, Bob, your raid starts in less than 2 minutes. And he's like, no, it starts at 7:30. And she's like, no, it starts at 7. He's like, oh, no. And he like freaked out.
Yeah, he hates being late.
And yet he is so often.
Oh, is he? I don't know. But no, he's really down on
I guess
himself.
he's not always. No,
See,
he's not
I don't
always late. There's
understand
just
how
been a
people
couple
can be
times it's
late.
funny.
Because I will hyper fixate on the time we have to leave, and we have to leave. And if like someone, I'm not saying who,
I'm never late.
isn't ready, I start to like panic and like stand at the door, and I'm like, we need
What
to
do you
go.
mean not ready? When am I ever not ready? So you're
There's-
talking about the teenager.
Both,
So
all,
the reason-
everyone.
The
I
reason-
wake up ready. You're the one that gets dressed and like showers and combs your hair and puts clothes on.
It probably explains a lot as to why you want things absolutely set up before you get home from work.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Talking to your microphone, Sam.
But
I didn't say anything.
you said yeah.
Oh,
But I mean, I get it. You don't understand. Just there's people out there that are not like you, and they will be there when they're there.
I know. I don't like those people.
You married one, didn't you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I am early for everything. When have I ever been late for anything?
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I always
'Cause
say I'm going to be
I am-
somewhere, and
I'm-
I go sit in the van.
I am thinking of someone specific, but I don't want to
will be
say it
here
out
later?
loud.
She
I'm
knows
here
she's
right
always
now.
5 to 10 hours late for everything.
She was late to her own daughter's birthday party.
By a couple hours, yeah.
I thought
And
you were going
the-
to say she was late to her own daughter's birth.
No,
No, that was
right.
Josh.
That was your fault,
Josh.
though.
That
What'd I do?
You lent me your car, but I didn't get there fast enough. Do you not remember that?
Is it like it's my fault that she didn't get her Brewfest done? That type of thing?
Yeah.
Because I lent you my car.
No, like that's my second child's
Was
birth.
I late dropping the car off to you?
well, she
Well, I'll
wasn't.
tell the
suppo-
story. I'm going to tell the story because you I guess don't remember. You weren't there.
I
'cause
wasn't
you were
there, but I know
4.
the story.
And
Sorry, how old is
Story.
Violet?
14.
15.
Okay, and you want me to remember
14?
that exact detail? Okay.
15.
This is when I was living with you. By
So
the
this
way.
is what happened. Okay, so her mother, my wife at the time, was feeling. I mean, not great, and she's but she had problems.
She'd
with her
come down with
pregnancies.
something. Pregnancy.
She had
came down with a
preeclampsia
case
with
of the
the-
pregnancy. She did with the first one,
Oh.
but she didn't have that with the second one. So she was not feeling great, and she's like, "I'm just going to go to the hospital, and I'm going to get checked out." And we had an older child at the time, so she's like, "You just stay home with him; it'll be fine." And
and another
she goes-
2 residents of your apartment, your house.
did we have one of the students there then?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. So, anyways, she goes to the hospital and takes our vehicle, which we had one of at the time, to the hospital with her as transportation. So she gets there, and there is a doctor there who checked her over. And this doctor, speaking of people wanting to be places on time and being late, This is a doctor who wants to just get stuff done so he can go home. He will not wait. He is so impatient. So
Doctors
he checked her over.
suck.
Doctors do suck. They almost hit me with their cars regularly. Don't get me started on doctors. Because I walk to work. When I walk to work,
Finish
I
the first
cross an
story.
intersection. I will. I cross an intersection where all the doctors and nurses drive, mostly the doctors, because it goes from the rich neighborhood to the hospital. So it's where all the fancy, think they're great doctors live.
It is called Hospital Drive.
That's where the hospital is. The neighborhood I'm talking about is not. So they drive from their oh, look at me neighborhood to the hospital where they work. And they see stop signs as a suggestion because they have money. So they can just pay tickets. They don't care.
People without money do as well. It really drives me up the fucking wall.
So they have a tendency to roll through this stop sign where I have to walk past to get to work. So when I'm approaching a stop sign as a pedestrian, I think, okay, they have to stop so I can walk, which is how the law works. That's how I'm hitting my mic stand. That's how stop signs work. Pedestrians have the right of way. It's a fact. So
You hit
I
your
will
mic
start-
stand?
I know. That's because I'm getting all
He's
handsy
getting
with
uppity.
yeah.
Oh, he's allowed
So-
to. I agree with him on this one.
So more than once, I have been crossing that road and I see Mr. Doctor on his phone, look at me, I'm important, and just roll through the stop sign, almost hit me. I did get hit once, like not seriously, because they at least slow down and kind of mime that they're considering stopping, and then they get down to like 5 or 10 kilometers an hour, and then they just keep going. And
They
one of them,
are
like, hit
saving
me,
lives.
And I like rolled up, almost not, and I like roll up onto the hood and bounce off onto the sidewalk, and I'm like, what the heck? And they just keep going. They didn't even stop. They hit me with their car and just kept driving. Hospital. So she goes to the hospital to get checked out, and the doctor that's there is like, she goes in to get checked out, and this doctor is like, no, this baby needs to come out now. So this was 2 or 3 weeks before the due date, maybe a little more. And she's like, oh shoot, like, can we wait a few minutes for my husband to get here so he can be here for the birth? And the doctor's like, no, I've got to get home. We need to do this now. And one of the nurses managed to slow things down a bit. And she's like, well, call him and get him here. So she calls me, and I'm sitting at home, and you had just gotten back from, I don't know, work or whatever it is you used to do.
The big Z.
No, were you still there?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
the big Z?
Zellers.
Oh,
They don't really exist. One of the nurses managed to slow him down. You're at the house at the time, so I go and I'm like, "Can I use your car? Because I really need to get to the hospital." I don't remember what I did with the other kid.
he must have
Did
left.
you watch him?
He must have.
Yeah.
He had to have.
I was there.
I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember going to the hospital, and I get there, and like I jump in your car, I speed to the hospital. I blew through several stop signs because you're allowed to if you're going to the hospital. That's how doctors work and stuff. I figured it applied to me at the time. So I get to the hospital, I get to the parking lot, I run into the building,
You ran?
and I jogged. I don't know. And I get there and I go up to the floor where they do the deliveries. And as I'm stepping out of the elevator, they're like walking out of the delivery room with the baby. The doctor couldn't wait 5 minutes for me to drive across town before doing the C-section. He wanted it done now because he wanted to go home for dinner.
You have 3 very different birth stories.
Yes. I was born 3 times. Or you mean
No,
for my kids.
for your kids.
Yeah, no, they're all different. Each one's different. They don't all come out the same hole or anything. They came out different holes.
And all of that. My question is, how do you know it was a doctor that hit you?
Oh, I don't. I just assume because they're all jerks.
And you didn't get a license plate? Because I'd really like to see this person come to justice.
No, this was a couple years ago, and I was too busy trying to stay on my feet after getting clipped by a car, and it was dark.
Stay on your feet. You told me you went up over the hood and hit the...
I went up on the hood, and I came down, and I kind of stumbled onto the sidewalk. Like, they were going like 5 kilometers an hour. They weren't like speeding through a stop sign. I didn't get like pancaked. But,
Would've
I mean, it's
smashed
enough.
their
You're
windshield
not
and-
supposed to bump pedestrians with your car and knock them off bounds.
Yeah. And keep going.
Yeah.
Because that's like that's the... Oh, I just used like... Oh, that's a crime.
Yeah, continuing to drive after hitting someone with your car is technically a crime. But, I mean, it's okay because they were probably going to the hospital and they're probably a very important person. So it's all right what they do. Why am I telling this story?
I don't know. We were all telling stories.
Oh, right, because her mother's late sometimes. And I was late because you said she's late to her own birth. Or, yeah, but no, you said birthday party and you said birth, and then I was the one that was late because it was your fault because I borrowed your car. Yeah, that's where we're going with that.
Take it all away.
So did you guys do the whole what did you do in game this week thing?
Well, Sam talked. I didn't. Well, I mean, I talked, but I didn't talk about me.
Hold on, I want to find this because I'm convinced that I'm right here.
I didn't hear anything.
I said pause for news intro, and then the news intro goes
It's
off.
time for the news.
I told you I did.
Maybe I edited that part out of my podcast. And
Al
that's why I didn't
apparently
hear.
edited all the banter out of the video version.
No, I edited the anger out of our video version.
That's no fun.
I needed that for context.
You're right. That's why I edited it out.
No, you're no fun for editing it out.
No, it was terrible.
You're no fun for being.
Is it because you're the angry one?
Don't start fighting again. All right, so where are we going from here? We've got things
So
to discuss.
me,
Al was going to talk about what he did in game.
me and you. Did you talk about what you did in WoW?
You two are,
Yes, because I did raid,
and that's it.
and I might as well here. I'll do my what did I do?
Did the
this
hammer
week.
drop?
No, so that's what I did. And no paladin regalia dropped, so I didn't get any of that. Basically, I need 2 things still, and they didn't drop.
Wow, how far in are we?
An hour and a half.
Hour and 25 minutes.
Okay, so my name's Alan. I play a character named Dakona.
Did we introduce her?
No.
Let's do our introductions. All right, so we are Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast that focuses for now on Wrath of the Lich King, or World of Warcraft expansion. But this is all subject to change because we are an evolving podcast that changes over time. Who knows? We may
Yeah.
not focus on Wrath of the Lich King
So-
1 year
So
from now.
what-
We may not focus on World of Warcraft. a
With
year
all
from
the
now.
people who listen to the podcast.
I'm Josh / Will Riker. Sam?
If they, if you listen, I'm Sam / Rolaren. For all the people.
Again, I'm Alan / Dakona.
there we go.
Okay, so for the people who actually listen to the podcast,
Yes.
after they finish listening to this
Hundreds
episode,
of them, by the way.
after they finish listening to this podcast,
Yes.
they go to our Discord channel.
Some of them do, yeah.
If you made me lose train of thought, stop talking.
I don't have to do anything to make you lose train of thought.
If they listen to this, and they go, I don't even know where I'm going with this.
I'm curious. I really want to know where you're going with this now.
Do you want feedback on something?
Feedback. I want feedback on something.
What do you want feedback
On if we were to move focuses from World of Warcraft to something else,
Gaming in general.
would you still listen to us? Is what I would like to know.
My guess would be on if whatever we talk about interests them.
We would be in that
So
scenario.
then-
We would be expanding our horizons to talk about other games.
So
as
if
well.
yes, what would you like us to listen to, talk about? Or no, why not?
So the reason I went into that is because I was thinking about the fact of just saying what you did do this week was you played EQ and bringing it up and
Oh, I did
justifying
that
it
part of the week.
with, and then I realized we didn't announce that we were a World of Warcraft podcast. So that's what made me think about it.
So here, let me just say what I did in game real quick first. I logged in and I flew to Ice Crown, and I logged out there so I wouldn't be late for raid. Then I logged on just before raid and I did raid, and then I logged off. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I knew you stopped there, but I just wanted to leave that little dramatic. You logged off, and
I just figured I'd get that out of the way first
Yeah.
because it was a short story. None of my
and then
none
you
of my loot
played
dropped
and then you played EQ. Why are you playing EQ?
because I enjoy it.
I'm still capping out.
You've
When I
been
get
capping
right
out
when I
the-
get
It's
right here like
because-
this.
It's because here's what you do. Most of the time you're talking like this, and when you get excited, you go like this.
Oh, okay.
And it
I'll
makes
try
a
not to get
big
excited. So okay, why did you play EQ?
Why? Why
Because
did
there's
I,
a
or
new
why
expansion.
do I?
Why did you this
This
week?
week? Because there was a fresh private server out, and I'm just trying out the fresh private server
Fresh private server of what?
of EverQuest.
And
It
what
is-
version of EverQuest?
It is called. Didn't I go over this last week? It's called Project Worm. It is a Planes of Power locked server right now, but they're starting in Classic. They're doing 9 months of Classic, 9 months of Kunark, 9 months of Velios, 9 months of Lucklin, and then Planes of Power until people get bored and quit, basically. So it's using the old client, using old school rules, no boxing allowed, no maps, no add-ons, no quality of life whatsoever, harsh death penalties, corpse runs, no daybreak store, much hardships,
So don't dive in if this is your first time.
No. If this is your don't play an old school private server if it's your first time playing EQ.
Okay. So are you the one that said this, or is it the one streamer I listened to? But there's no maps.
There is no maps.
Did you? What happens?
They will ban you if you use a map add-on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. And that's why I asked, because
But
we
here's-
can talk about
Okay,
everything.
why?
we do.
Here's how you have. Well, because because it gives you an unfair advantage. Basically, no one else has maps. So if you modify the game by adding an add-on that gives you a map, then you've got an advantage. They don't want people gaining advantages like that. They want it to be a fair, even playing field. They're even doing strictly enforced like play nice rules, like no stealing people's areas if they're farming an area, no training mobs onto people to kill them, no griefing of any kind. They're going hard into the making sure everybody has a fair chance to play this game the way it
Oh,
originally
so there's no
existed.
assholes on EQ.
There's lots of them.
Oh.
They're kept in check somewhat on this server.
Yeah. This almost sounds like their answer to the hardcore release of WoW.
There is a hardcore. So what they do is they actually they've got an NPC that you can talk to in game, and you can choose different game modes within the server if you want. So you can talk to the NPC, and you can choose to activate solo self-found mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. You can choose to activate hardcore mode, which is also exactly what it sounds like, and you can choose to activate world PvP, which is also exactly what it sounds like. But the vast majority of players just play it regularly so they can play with other people and have fun. But yeah, it's interesting. If you want to use maps, you can't use a map add-on, but you can open a map on your second screen, and there's a /LOC command that gives you your location and coordinates. And basically, you have to use your in-game coordinates and plot them on the map to figure out where you are. And there's also a sense heading skill that gives you a compass direction, but it starts at 0, and it takes forever to level up. So most of the time when you hit it, it just says you have no idea.
Wow.
So right now,
So they add a compass, but it's useless.
well, it's not even a compass. It's a button you hit that you can have a one-shot. Like I'm running this way. I hit my location button. I know I'm at like -400 by +1632. And I hit my button, sense heading, until I get a heading, and I know, okay, I'm heading north. Or I can figure it out by just hitting location, moving, hitting location, moving, and then figuring out where the coordinates plot.
Do you know that if I played this game, I would get so lost and never make my way back?
Yes. And people do.
The
thing is,
I'm almost interested in that, because I would like it if there was a version of WoW where I could get lost and not make my way back.
Oh, you can so get lost in this game. And the problem
We should
is, when
invent
you
a Classic
die-
Plus version of that.
That would be cool. I'd try that in WoW. But the fun thing is, and by fun I mean not fun at all. So you also lose everything on your body when you die. So you have to find your body again and loot your own corpse to get your gear back.
Can other people loot that?
No.
Oh, that'd be so cool if other people
You
could
used
loot your
to be
corpse.
able to. Because there's this function in game where you can consent somebody to drag your corpse. So say you die in a really bad spot and you can't get back to it without your gear. You can find yourself like a rogue or someone who can sneak. You can consent them to drag your corpse, and then, well, you have to trust them to not drag it somewhere worse, for starters. You consent them, they can drag your corpse to the zone line. But in the early days of EQ, when you consented somebody, you also gave them permission to loot your corpse. Because the idea was you'd consent somebody, they'd loot your stuff and bring it back to you. But sometimes if you consented someone to drag you, they'd just loot your corpse and keep it. So it was like, ugh. But there have been entire raid forces, like raids going into the plains, which are the dangerous zones in Classic, where you zone in, and even at max level with, like, I wouldn't say good gear because there's no real good gear in Classic EQ. Okay. But like you can zone in, and if you're not careful, you can wipe your whole raid on zone in. And if your raid doesn't have backup gear, then you can't get your stuff back because it's trapped in the plains and you have no way of breaking back in and getting it. And there have been documented incidences in the past of people trying to break into these dangerous zones, dying, and they just never get their stuff back. So it's a kind of an unforgiving game.
So I want to play something like that, but I want it with the better the interface I have with WoW. Let me walk the way I walk.
Yeah.
Let me attack the way I attack. And then maybe give me some updated graphics so it doesn't look like I'm playing a DOS game. But I
want a
would,
modern game, but with the harsh old school rule set.
yeah,
That would
something
be
something
cool.
that I could play, because I have a hard time playing that game because of the way I have to play it.
Yeah, and it's even kind of because the client they're using for this version, it's based off of what's called the Alcabor project. So the Alcabor server
I knew that guy,
did you?
Al Kabor.
Yeah. So there was a server in original EQ.
That might actually be the name though.
Original EQ was not Mac friendly. It only worked on PC. So they released a separate server called Alcabor, which was the Mac server. So you download a special Mac client, and you could log on to this server,
Sorry.
and Mac users could use it. And this server existed for a while, and eventually was taken down because I think they eventually found a way that you could log on to the normal servers with Mac and PC, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember exactly why it went away, but it went away at some point. And years later, a private server popped up. People made this server called the Alcabor Project as an emulator of this old Mac server because it ran a little differently than the main game. So the problem is they're still using this client, right? And the problem is Mac mice work differently. So normally with your normal like PC mouse, you've got a mouse wheel, right? In most games, you scroll out with the mouse wheel, it zooms the camera out, and you've got third person. Mac mice do not have a mice wheel. So the mouse wheel zoom out was not in the client. So they had to kind of like force it in there. So if you try and use that, it doesn't work well at all. Like it's actually completely terrible, the mouse look. And I think as a result, even just moving, like, you know how in like WoW, when you're moving, you hold down the right mouse button, you can like kind of look around and move with the mouse while moving.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're holding down a motion key and trying to move the mouse at the same time, it like seizes up a bit and it just doesn't work properly. And it's so clunky. and hard to
One
move
command
around.
at a time.
Yeah, so basically, if you're going to try and move at all efficiently, it's only WSDF. It's so hard to use mouse look for anything. It just doesn't work properly.
I can actually move with WSADF. I think I could do that.
I can too, but the thing is, strafing also doesn't work well. And say you're running from something, you want to know how
I
far
can't
you are
strafe.
from it.
Yeah.
You have to actually physically turn around, look, and then turn back. You can't like mouse look back.
That's almost like in Valheim. Because I think you have to. I think you're going to run the direction you're looking.
Yeah, but you can still do it a lot cleaner and easier in Valheim.
Yeah.
'cause it's a
Well, that's
modern
just
game.
it. So, I mean, I guess I could potentially get. You can still open up a map on Valheim. I would. So if I want to go hardcore in a game, a sandbox kind of game with action adventure, which I posted some news
Okay, what's your news?
and I didn't see it. I'll go back to it. But I would play a game where I didn't have a map and I had to discover and remember where things are. Maybe we can put up some waypoints so we can see something. Okay, this is where we are.
Well, was it Gaza posted in our Discord asking if we're ever? No, was it Dimitri? Was it Dimitri or Gaza? Maybe it was Dimitri. Posted in our Discord
Gaza.
saying if you guys are interested in Valheim again, to let him know
It was Gaza.
because he wants to do a no map run.
Ooh, just what I'm talking about.
So I don't know if you can if there's an add-on where you can disable the maps.
He put
or
a
if it's
link.
is there a link? So there
He
must
or
be an
she,
add-on.
I don't know. I'm going to
It's a he.
assume that most
It's a
people
he.
are okay. There's
It's
a
someone I
link.
know from EQ if it's Gaza. So they want to try a no maps run of
Yeah.
Valheim.
I won't be hosting a site for the foreseeable future. At least the next 6 months, I won't be hosting a site. At least
That's fine. We'll figure something out.
every single penny I get for the next 6 months has to keep me afloat.
Oh, did your apartment flood again?
Yes.
Darn it.
No, my life did.
Oh, okay. Flooded with good fortune. Or no?
Oh, do you want to hear a story? Something?
Sure.
Okay, so you know how I said that full-time posting was posted?
Yes.
Okay, so I applied for it.
Yes.
So it came down.
Yes.
But she can't announce it until tomorrow. Well, Tuesday, because holiday.
Yeah.
She's on holidays until the 16th.
So, but are you getting it?
I won't know until the 16th.
That's so silly.
Oh, I thought you had it.
You need to, they have a union, right? And they go by
you have a union?
seniority. It was a rhetorical right.
Okay.
They have a union. They go by seniority. She's next in line for the position, but she was also next in line for the last position. So if she doesn't get this one for some reason, she needs to go to her union rep
Can I be next in line for
and
that position?
say,
You can have it.
She doesn't like her job.
I don't like my job. I just want the money.
Mine was an
It's nice
innuendo,
to
so
have
when you said
money.
I can have it, I got excited for a second.
Oh, gross.
It's nice to have the income from jobs. It's just terrible to have jobs.
yeah.
But that's nice. Also, Al was in the middle of telling a story.
You were
we should
talking?
Probably go back to Al.
Well, no, we're talking about what you did this week.
No, I finished that long ago.
Okay,
I was
so-
waiting for you to talk about what you were doing.
So what I did in WoW, so because I only played WoW this week.
Oh yeah, because you asked me about EQ after I said what I did.
Yeah, I'm showing interest.
I didn't know you could do that.
And I'm starting to strafe us into our open-ended topics on our podcast by including what you did this week, just to show that you didn't do nothing.
Oh, I do a lot of things every week. It's just
Yeah.
not always WoW.
Right. So yeah, I figure we can touch upon that. But anyway, what I
I
did.
also played a bunch of Factorio because Factorio
Is that a
is
fact?
fun. Yes.
And is that?
Do you know what I
something-
played a lot of?
Is that only local on your computer, or can
No, you can play it over Steam.
like the one you're playing? You want to join and have a Factorio thing going as well?
Yeah. When you do you have it? Because we
Yes.
we got it for the LAN party
Yeah.
one year. Because
That,
what you can do
the raft.
is when you start a Factorio game, it by default is open to all your Steam friends. You actually have to turn that off if you don't want people able to join. So
We should do a day and do a beginning to end raft run.
That takes like an entire day.
that's
Nice.
why he said we should do a day. Did we ever get you Raft? I think you'd like Raft.
We finished raft up to the first part, but there's been an expansion, I think, which we haven't played. At
We
least I
played
haven't
some
played
of
it.
it. Last LAN party, we actually got
wasn't there.
Raft again. I know you can make it. We got Raft, and we.
Yeah, you guys doing that again this
The
year?
thing is, we didn't have a save. I don't know.
I haven't done it in a while.
I haven't heard from them, but we didn't have a save left over, so we had to start from the beginning again, and we had to play up. We had to play the full first chapter before we could start the new stuff.
Didn't Whoosh have our save?
No, nobody had the save.
I wonder if I have it.
I don't know. It was Raft was like 2 years ago, and then this past year, so it would have been like 2 years in between. So I don't think anyone had the save. Either way, we started and we were like, okay, well, we know how to get through the first chapter, so we'll just power through it. But I mean, we're so slow because we get building our raft and we're like, we got to build this massive boat,
Yeah.
and but the actual, because it's got waypoints, right? So when we hit the waypoints, we were able to get through the waypoints way easier than we did last time around because we knew what we're supposed to be doing.
Raft was funner than I expected it to be.
Raft's a
More
super
fun.
game.
That too.
More funner.
And you should play with some of our lane games. You should play Raft with us. Raft is kind of fun. So yeah. So what I did in WoW this week. So I played hardcore.
What are you
I'm
up to
pretty
now?
sure.
Oh, did you die? You died again, didn't you?
Oh yeah, because I was just talking about how I got my guy to level 28 and then I killed him. The
Why'd
thing
you
is,
kill him?
Orcs. Was that in wetlands? I saw the picture.
yes,
Oh, right, because you
So-
don't
Yeah.
log off in the.
Because
Oh,
someone was
put-
asking you.
I don't have a video of it. If I have a video of it, I don't think I do. But if I have the video, I'll plug it into the video version of this.
Because I know somebody was asking you if it was in the spot in between Lockwood and wetlands, but I thought it was the area with like with the quests
Yeah, it was
in wetlands
was an area I was.
with the Necrosh guy. That area?
No, not them. Necrosh
Oh.
is the orc.
Yeah. Was that
No,
not orcs?
no. It was the Knolls. So
Oh.
here's the thing. I'm on my rogue. I'm pretty good at handling crowds. Crowds
Apparently
being
not.
like too early. Yeah. So I just handled crowd. Then I went in and I pulled somebody, and
Did
so
you
I
ask their permission first?
Yep. So I sapped someone, pulled them. I'm fighting them, and it was a party of 3, and the other one came back. So 2 of them were hitting me for a while. Another one came back. So I finally killed one. I was getting low on health, and then I went to. So I gouged the one guy, so he wasn't hitting me. I went back. I was getting another guy down. Finally, I was down to the last guy who was almost full health. I was losing some of my health.
Couple more minutes. we're almost done.
And I went to gouge him, and I'm like, he's not gouging, what? That's 6, 7.
See, that's why you click and not use keybinds.
No, then I went to take my ass. But then I pressed 7, and then I hit my bandage. And
Was he stunned at that point?
no. So I got a tick off my bandage. Like, fuck, okay, potion. On cooldown. Great. What do I do now? So I went to run away. And I went away, and I was like down to like 2%. And then I died. I'm like, oh. And I looked down and said,
Don't.
so I died. I looked down at my bar and I just looked and I said, There's Vanish. I had a Vanish.
Why
So why didn't you vanish?
I lost it. I freaked.
Oh man.
Did you panic?
Yeah, I mean, not like a cockroach. It was a mild panic, but I missed Vanish. I didn't do Vanish. I died. So again, I died stupidly. I have stupid
That's
deaths.
how most people die. That's why when you're saying, do you know what the most deaths in hardcore are from?
Yeah.
That's why my first guess was stupidity.
Yeah, I think.
That's how most people die.
I think it was Mez on
real life as well.
on Bob's stream.
Mez.
Mezgrave, I think it is. Mez, I'll call him Mez.
Sounds
anyway,
familiar.
he's at he was there at my previous death. He actually, we're watching
You
the
have people
stream.
following you around.
No, we're watching the stream, but then we're in Loch Modam,
That's a place.
and our tunes went like this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can actually see. So our tunes went like this, stopped, come back. Hey, how's it going? And then that's when I pulled the 4 Knolls.
Oh, so it was like right after.
Oh
you
no,
ran
they were
into this
tunnel
guy?
rats. Sorry, tunnel rats.
Oh, that was the tunnel rat death.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my second tunnel rat death because I had the tunnel rat death in the tunnel. The tunnel
So
where
much death.
Bob first died, I think.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, so somebody mentioned something. Oh, they're going to build a graveyard for you. And I said, yeah, I got enough bodies. And somebody says, because I think you died in every zone.
See, that's the thing. That's the reason why I kind of got bored of hardcore, and why I think hardcore is inevitably going to die.
Yeah,
Because there's only so many times you can start over.
I haven't killed my mage yet.
That's good.
Yeah, I went over.
But I mean, eventually you're going to make one little mistake.
I've made them, but the thing is, I have Blink, I have Frost Nova,
Yes.
I have sheep,
How many sheep do you have?
one at a time.
Do you use them for wool?
No, you can't kill them because as soon as you hit them, they're back to humanoid.
Oh man, can you shear them
Or
though
beast.
without hitting them?
No.
Yeah. See, but that's the thing.
That was just the
That's
sheer
what
madness.
gets me. It's not the risk of dying. Like that's kind of cool and the being cautious and stuff. It's the fact that like when you have to start again, the knowing that okay, I have to put in X number of days of playtime to get back to where I was.
Yeah.
And people with limited amount of time, like it's great for streamers. That's why hardcore is a streamer thing. People that have nothing to do but sit and stream all day, and that's like their thing that they do. Yeah, they could play hardcore because they can just level up a new character. But people that have a limited like a couple hours a day that they have to play games and they have to split it between what they want to do, I don't want to spend all of my game time for the next 2 weeks getting my character back to the point where it was at.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. And I want to be able to do other things. I want to be able to enjoy myself. I don't want to play Paladin level 1 to 30 6 times.
Well, yeah, because somebody said, "What? You're giving up on the rogue?" I said, "I've killed all my rogues. I'm out." I said, "I'm on the mage." So yesterday or the day before, one of those days, I was doing some profs because I just hit level 20, so that's when I can take the next level of professions. I got the good spells, and I was upping my tailoring. So do that. I also did my cooking, and I had a lot of meat, so I had to clear my bags. So I put stuff in the bank. So you're talking about making mistakes. So I pulled a Knoll Camp blindly. So this is in Red Ridge, and I have Rested XP, which you can get a discount on if you use the code Mere Casuals at checkout.
Nice. Work that right in there.
So I have Rested XP, and I used it because it gives you a target button. And I targeted the knoll, and I can see where the target is. And so there was a hill. I can shoot through hills. I know I can.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I walked over until my spells were castable.
you have spells? Oh, this is your mage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I walked over to spells were castable, and I said, there's a good chance there's more than one there. So I sent a frostbolt through, and I heard it hitting the guy run, and then I heard the noise that a knoll makes when it attacks. Okay, so there's 2 coming. And then I was getting shot through the hill as well. So there were 3. So there was a knoll Pathfinder shooting me, and 2 knolls came out. So I sheeped one. I let the knoll Pathfinder hit me for a while. Okay, so I shot one, and then as soon as I hit the top, I sheeped the other one. Pathfinder was shooting me. That's fine. I can take the damage. Then I went up to the top of the hill. I sheeped him again. I was going to try... No, I didn't sheep him. I went up, and then I targeted the Pathfinder. I sheeped him down there so he wasn't shooting me. This guy's still hitting me at the same time. I said, okay. I almost had him dead. I said, potion. Crap, there's none in my bags. I had to empty out my bags.
I had the same problem.
They're all
Except
in
I
my
ran out of
bank.
mine.
And I actually commented, "There's nothing like shooting or reaching for your potions when you realize you left it in the bank." And Mel laughed at me.
Yeah.
So I said, "Crap!" So I frost novaed and ran, and then I turned around, and my health was getting low. I turned around, I did a quick bandage, and then I shot him a couple times. And he come over, he just hit me. The guy was shooting me, so my health went really, really low. And I stayed there, I took another shot, and then I started running. Going, this guy's gonna catch up to me. He's gonna shoot me again. Blink! I'm out of his range. So I got away
Nice.
scot free. That's when I mezzed.
Yeah, I've heard that mages are S tier because they have a lot of survivability tools.
Yeah,
But you don't get blink till like what, level 12 for blink?
20.
Frost
I got it at
Nova.
20.
Frost Nova is pretty easy. It's like 8 or something.
I got it at 20. Blink at 20.
Blink's 20? I thought blink was 12. I mean, I believe you, but I thought it was earlier than that.
Maybe I did have it. No, I had it earlier than that. Maybe it was 18. 16 or 18. I don't remember exactly. But
It's something. It's one of those levels.
what did I get at 20 then?
I don't know.
Well, I got my Portal to Stormwind. I can probably pick up Portal to Ironforge as well, unless that's 30. So that's what I did in WoW. I also went to Wrath and cut a few gems for some of our Wrath listeners.
Nice.
All right. So that's what I did in WoW. I also did a lot of videos because I'm behind on a lot of episodes because I've been waiting for video to come through. And I just gave up on waiting. I'm just going to do a background.
For what video?
There's about 3 or 4 podcasts that I haven't posted yet.
Oh, blink is level 20. I thought it was 12.
Okay, so I'm right. Blink. Level 20.
Did I not upload videos? I was sure I uploaded
Not
videos.
the ones I was asking
We
for.
didn't do them. We didn't do them last. We didn't do a video last week.
No,
That's
well,
not the videos
last week's
he's
the
talking
last
about.
one I
And
did.
the week before, you posted the video, didn't you?
I still haven't put Falcon Milk up.
You don't have that one?
No.
Oh,
But don't
okay.
send
I'll
it now.
look.
Don't. I'm done now. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I made that one with the background.
I thought.
But he was actually in the video with us.
I know.
That's weird.
But I want to get the YouTube caught up.
Well, send it to him now.
Oh, we can always post a second.
Don't send it
version.
now after the fact.
Have you posted it yet?
I worked
He just said
hours
he did.
making the video, and it's in, and I've extracted it.
Just send it to him anyways.
So it's you can put it on the drive. I'm just
Exported
gonna. I exported. I think I exported it. That again took another hour. So all I have to do is just put it on YouTube. But it's made. It's done. It's made.
Well, why is it not on YouTube yet?
Because I'm gonna put them all up at once. There's gonna be like a big mass exodus of things going out of my computer into the YouTube one.
Well, don't do it all at once. Stagger them.
Yeah. So at
He's
this point, we
ignoring
got a
me.
lot going. How about podcast questions?
Oh yeah, I forgot we have.
Okay,
yeah,
first
we have
Oh,
podcast
wait.
questions.
Wait. My last news. This is actually not WoW news. Excuse me. But given what we're going into, and given the fact that this will relate to our podcast questions, I just
I
want to
don't
say
think I read the questions.
we had a couple news pieces come through on the Valheim spot. They did a few things, but this one I saw somewhere. It didn't come through, so I added it. It's Red Dead Redemption and Valheim come together in a new Steam building game.
I never played Red Dead Redemption.
So I clicked that just to see it. So this is off the PC Games website, and it seems interesting.
It does. I saw the link. I didn't click on it.
All right, so because nothing's working, so you get into a village, it's kind of a Western style.
Yeah.
It's got the sandbox feel, and it looks like they're both putting their best efforts. Like, it just sounds like a good amalgamation, and sounds like something that we'd be interested in playing.
That'd be cool. Oh, there was a game. Remember, we were gonna find a game to stream that wasn't WoW,
Yeah.
and we were gonna do Don't Starve Together. We were gonna do Don't Starve Together.
When I was reading the news on that game I just told you about, it says it also has a sense of Don't Starve Together.
Because we haven't had a chance because we both have jobs. And it's
I have
annoying.
Don't Starve Together, by the way, if you wanted me to join.
Oh, we have to do what I'll do.
Because it was also something we played in the LAN party.
It was, yeah. We've got a bunch of stuff. Most of the stuff I have on Steam is stuff I've picked up during LAN parties. But let's get to the podcast questions because we're already nearing 2 hours,
And Sam's kind of over it.
and
We had a good
Sam
podcast
gets tired
today.
We still have podcast questions to answer.
Well, Sam said she was tired. This is where I figured it'll change. No, I'm just kidding.
Sam is tired. Sam's always
You
tired.
can give me a punch.
Sam gets moody when she's tired.
You know
too.
what? Just punch me. Don't yell at me. I prefer
What?
you just punch me.
If you had to axe one type of classic server, era, Wrath of the Lich King, hardcore, what would it be?
TBC isn't an option?
well,
So
that's,
Era, Hardcore, and Wrath were the
No,
three
if we had
options?
TVC doesn't have a server.
Yeah, I know. That's probably why that would be my choice, because a lot of people don't even want it there to begin with. Honestly, I would choose Hardcore. Not because I don't think Hardcore is enjoyable, but because I think as far as long-term playability goes, Era is more fun because you get to keep playing and actually keep your character.
Plus,
And Wrath
you can
is like the
do
progression.
hardcore. You can do hardcore on Era.
Well, yeah, but if there's no Era servers, where are you going to transfer your... Oh, yeah, you could also play... Hey, you can get the add-on. You can get the add-on and just play Hardcore on Era servers. So, yeah, obviously Hardcore.
Okay, I didn't have an answer, but I think you just gave me one. I'm going to copy yours.
Sam, do you have an opinion?
no.
Would your opinion be Hardcore because you barely
Sure.
play Hardcore?
Yeah.
She really plays WoW. She's get rid of it all, I think, at this point.
One less expense.
That doesn't cost... Oh, am I hitting you with the filing cabinet? I'm scratching my toe on the filing cabinet. I think I moved it.
No worries.
Was there more questions?
I did ask a question.
You asked a question.
Yes, I did.
You're
I
not allowed to
said-
submit podcast
It
questions.
says play as they are or fresh, was Al's
Right.
comment to that
Era,
question.
Era fresh, Wrath as it is.
Well,
I
he
don't
said-
want I don't want a fresh Wrath server.
Falcon Mick said as they exist. He says, but if it adds to the discussion, maybe if you axe Era, then fresh Era with SOM.
Where you see the... Oh, okay.
Original classic cadence is removed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so without a reboot, I would say I would get rid of Wrath so we can experience it again and I can do better next time.
But if the question is right now, I want to finish Wrath. Like,
Okay,
not
if
done
it's right
yet.
now-
If you ask me again 6 months from now, then I'd say get rid of Wrath because I'd be done with it.
So Wrath, Era, Hardcore, Wrath, Era, Hardcore. Right now, if I have to pick, I'm not going to say none of them. I will have to go with Era because I don't have a lot on Era that I want to keep, but I want to get this hardcore mage going and I want to do my Wrath.
Well, that's my like by saying I'd want to keep Era. I'm meaning like a fresh Era server. I don't mean the current.
I wasn't
Era
thinking. I
servers.
wasn't thinking of fresh.
I'm assuming fresh. If it's the current Era servers, I don't want to start on the current Era servers because they're already so deep into their life cycle. Mm-hmm. I would like to finish Wrath, and
You
I
want
would like
some-
to play on a fresh Era server.
You want progression.
Yeah, those are the two things I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to play hardcore. And when Wrath is
you-
done, I don't know. I might play through to Classic or to Kata if they add it. I don't know. I haven't decided
Yeah.
yet.
So for part 2 of that question, part B, I would say get rid of. I would go with hardcore because we can get a fresh class. If we get a fresh classic Era, I would do that
Yeah.
with the safety of being able to die and still play my character.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting tired of it. That's why I don't play Rogue also, because I don't want to do human Rogue and I don't want to do those friggin' quests again. Next question.
Night Elf Rogue. Undead Rogue. Keep going. You can ask a question.
Do you guys plan to return to Wrath of the Lich King? That's
Yes.
from Drunko.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
we never really left. I've still been raiding weekly. There's just nothing to do until ICC comes out. I mean, there's stuff to do. There's nothing I want to do until ICC comes out.
So I've left for now because I have people that I can play with, people I can talk to on hardcore. If there was a group that wanted to get together on a regular basis, and my schedule is not allowed for any regularity, but when I get on, I'm usually alone at this point. But
Aren't you
I
always
would.
alone?
Pardon?
What?
Yeah. If we had regular dungeon runs, and I don't like pugging because I'm insecure that way. Not that I know a lot of you any better, but I do know you, some of you a lot more. Okay, I'm not even going to try and whatever. I would play with you guys. Okay, that
Cool
sounded bad too.
sentence, Al.
Yes. I if we had dungeon runs on a regular basis, I would come back to Wrath right now and put hardcore into a part-time mode.
Is that your belly?
Yes. Apparently, I'm hungry. I
So
don't want another one of those. I don't want.
So yes, I throw that out there. Regular people on, but again, I can't give you a time. You can't give me a time.
There's gonna be a few weeks of a lot of people playing Wrath again.
Yeah, I want to get a little more gear, but I don't think I'm going to. So I might have to settle with the 3 new dungeons. But I definitely want to do the 3 new dungeons. I'm going to do a quick read up on them, get
Remember
refreshed.
what the item level is for the new dungeons?
Nope.
I
but
feel like it's.
in the news, we can go and check out the loot lists.
I think I'm not 100%
That's
sure, but I am pretty
Discord
sure
me.
the new
America.
dungeons drop higher level loot than like non-hard mode Alduar.
I want Papa's bag.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I like bags. So what's the next?
Do you
question?
any ICC other than Josh in the trader raid?
What? Okay, now
Do any
start that again.
ICC other than Josh? It's the second question.
Do any? Who are we reading here?
Are we going to do any ICC
Are
other
we
than
going to do
Josh?
any ICC other than Josh?
I would
Did I
like
read
to.
it wrong?
No,
No.
but I think it was a
No,
carry
I'm-
on from the first question.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan to return to WLOK? Do any ICC other than Josh? Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think they're just asking if any of us plan on doing any ICC.
Are we going to do any?
So other than me, because obviously I'm going to do some ICC.
I don't know what that is.
It's the new raid,
Price
Probably
Ground
not.
Citadel. The Trader Raid?
the trader raid. I'm assuming that's the guild that I left, the Mere Casuals guild,
Oh, so you'll be doing the Trader Raid.
because you called me a traitor for it several times.
Again,
Oh, I get
my
it now.
fault.
It's always your
Everything's
fault.
my fault.
Well, you
haven't learned that
you
yet?
Did literally call me a traitor.
I did.
Yes. Hey,
What are
I'll
your
do
go
it.
forward plans? Kata, Classic Plus.
Or
I feel like we literally just talked about that and accidentally answered it before we read the.
Oh no, what are your go forward plans? So yes, we are going to stream as much Wrath as anybody can handle. Not so, well. Okay, we like to stream. We're also going to podcast as much.
Yeah.
We do play other games. Josh plays EQ for some unknown friggin' godforsaken reason. I plan on giving it a try at some point if I can ever stomach it. But I
like-
need to
I
be
like
here with
nostalgia
Josh.
and pain.
I need to be here.
but how are you
with-
going to do that if your internet doesn't work? Like
Get
you
it to
can't
work.
connect to our
I
internet.
have cords. I can hardwire him in if I need to.
But I need to be here at the same time as Josh to play. So you'd actually have to develop a character so that you can play other characters,
Well,
but not
here's the-
overdevelop them like you tend to do with your characters.
Here's the thing. In what month is this?
October.
October.
10th month of the year.
Oh man, it's gonna be like 6 or 7.
This month is a 10.
I was gonna say we should do a thing where what?
What?
Do that later, Sam. We should do a thing where we wait till the next TLP server comes out for EverQuest. That's the next time locked progression server. So that's like modern EQ, so much easier to play. Mouse look actually works.
ETA?
Maps. They release one every, I believe, April or May.
Okay.
So I can't remember if it's April or May. They release one basically every spring though. There's a new fresh server with a new fresh rule set and all that. So the fun thing to do with that is if we wanted to both take a couple days off, like plan this ahead, you could play with us too if you wanted to.
I don't have time off.
We're not talking about this. We're talking about next vacation time year.
And I don't even think we're talking about vacation time. Can we just book these as regular days off?
Yeah, I don't care. You do. I don't know how your work works.
I
You
get
do
2
what
days
you
a
want.
week off.
Yeah.
You get to pick your
So-
2 days?
Well, if I need a couple days, I can request some days and they can schedule me
Yeah,
appropriately.
we knew this. So
I
when I-
can't.
so
when
what we
I'm
should
when I'm
do-
full time, I get 2 regular days off.
But what we should do is we should plan a couple days, and you bring a computer over here, and bring some blankets, and you can sleep on my couch.
It's your couch.
Yeah, my couch. Our couch?
Pretty
I don't
pretty
know.
pretty soon it'll be my couch.
We
Oh
can
yeah,
sleep
I
on
might have
the
to move in
couch.
with you guys. Is that okay?
We can sleep on the.
I'll move
couch.
into that room.
Well,
I'll pay
We've got a
Thir-
basement.
$800 a month
You're giving us $800 a month?
if you let me live there. Yeah,
You know that's how rent works, right?
That's more than our mortgage.
$600 a month.
Not quite more than a mortgage. No.
$600 a month.
Stop downselling them, Sam. Anyways, what I was saying is,
Now she's thinking
take
it.
a couple
Don't think
days.
about it too much because I was joking. But if you actually offer me, I would take you up on it. So
We
just
do
be careful.
technically have an extra
Just
room.
be careful what you offer me.
It's upstairs, and it's
care-
okay to make family stay in that room, but it doesn't have like a vent, so it gets too hot in the summer.
That's okay. I use Discord anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't have TeamSpeak either. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, we should take a couple days and start fresh characters on the fresh server, and just see how far we can get playing like 16 hours a day, and like power through.
Should I get you those 5-hour energy drinks?
He'd
No,
die.
I don't need energy drinks.
He had them when we played WoW. It was so much fun.
We did do that. Please.
When?
we
He
are
would
almost
die.
done. Please don't come in here right now. I don't need energy drinks. I can sleep less and play games for 20 hours straight without energy drinks
Nice.
or coffee or anything. I don't even need sugar.
Are you going to get a babysitter?
Me?
What?
He
I don't need a babysitter. He has a mother.
But what if she plays?
We can just send him to the other room. We have Netflix, YouTube. But yeah, we should play. We can either do that, or we could make fresh characters on the current server, and just pick an expansion. Because there are some upcoming expansions where they add new like starting areas and races. So that's an option too.
All right, so we've kind of extended it, but what are our go forward plans is that we're going to play WoW,
We're gonna play out Wrath.
yeah, as much as we can. And when everybody gets bored, it's not like we're going to leave it. We'll come back. Well, at least I'll
Yeah.
come back every now and then. I don't know about Josh or Sam. I think Sam will drop it as soon as she gets the first chance.
There
what are
is
we talking about?
WoW.
Wow. There's also a chance because there's always talk about Season of Mastery, etc., etc. If there's a fresh Classic or Classic Plus server, I'll probably
That's the
play
extension
on
to
it.
this question.
Oh, is there an extension?
Yeah, so it says
I'll probably play that.
Kata or Classic Plus.
I am leaning more and more towards Classic Plus as I go along. Like I thought I wanted to play Kata, and I still kind of think I want to play Kata, but I don't know. Because like the more they add to the game, please don't. Back up, do not walk into the camera. We are almost done. Every time you come in here, stop. Turn around and go. Every time you come in here and delay us, it makes us take that much longer.
His head's on it.
Walk.
He's on the stream.
Into the other room.
He is so lucky that you guys are his parents.
So the more it gets into Wrath,
We're streaming, so I'm not going to say what I want to say.
the more it gets into Wrath, the less it feels like there is to do. Like, do you know what I mean?
No.
Yes.
Like with a fresh classic server, it takes longer to level and it takes more effort to do everything. But I feel like playing hardcore even. I felt like when I was playing hardcore, I felt like there was always something to do when I logged in. If I log into my Wrath character right now, I will sit there and I'll go,
Why?
what am I going to do?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know
yes.
what?
I don't want to pug some random dungeon that I don't need any loot from.
That's why I want friends on the same time as
don't
me.
want to do some kind of GDKP
I-
to a long raid. Like,
I'm going to tell you folks my schedule every week. And if there's a time where we can get together,
I
we
work,
should plan it and do some
I
dungeons.
work 5 to 1 every day. Morning, 5 a.m.
except for Friday this week, or is it Tuesday? You're off.
But
Tuesday I'm off.
I just
You're off Tuesday this week.
But if we can log into WoW, let's say we start logging into Wrath of the Lich King with an intention of doing something and actually do it. Mount runs, sidereal,
I was gonna be like,
whatever,
"Geez, got
gamma,
nothing
beta
else."
stuff. Runs, we do those. Have an intention, because I am doing exactly what you're doing. I'm logging in, and I just end up, I'm running around Dalaran. I'm literally just doing fucking laps.
yeah,
And then I go, okay, go do current tournament because I got to get this done. I haven't even gotten to do any of the extra quests at the tournament because my grand champion or whatever it was that I got as a horde is gone. And I think you need that to go over. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I got through a couple of them, but I actually got quite tired, and fighting Choma isn't as much fun because a lot of classes can solo it. So they said, I don't want to help you. Go away.
yeah.
I would just like a different zone. Doing the same quests
Kata adds new
over
zones.
and over and over and over.
It doesn't just add new
Over.
zones, it changes zones.
Yeah. So it does. That's one reason I lean towards wanting to play Kata, because I feel like Sam would actually play it and enjoy it. But we'll see. Was there any more podcast questions? Because we got to
No.
wrap this up soon because someone's getting super
But
impatient.
Classic Plus would be what I say. My quick answer is that we might as well continue the progression in Nikata, but have an SOM Classic Plus.
Yeah, they'll probably do both.
Yeah, both.
So was there any more questions, or was that the end of the
That's
questions?
That's outrageous.
Every time.
Is